Hello and welcome to City Cruise Live. Today we're going to continue with Danganronpa, and I think my cold is getting slightly better, so I should be able to speak a bit better. That's good English. Okay. So. Right, we just watched that movie, and I think that was it. I don't know why the game sounds so loud to me. Is that my... Okay. Anyway. Let's talk to Nagato, let's see what's up.
Hey.
After watching the movie... Wait, I think we did this, right? Yeah, okay, we did that. Hey, Tiger, you missed yesterday. What happened? We missed you. We have to kill his goal of the day. Alright, and then I have to go back to the hospital now to check up on what's going on there. I was at a fair. Oh, okay. Well, some pretty big stuff happened. 2 people died, as I think you would have seen on the screen. No. Well, I can show you, I guess. Handy be kawaii.
Sure.
Hello. Crawls into the chat. Welcome to my stream. Okay, so yeah, Ibuki died, and Lolly Girl died. I keep forgetting. Hyoko, right? Anyway. Now, Pandy, you probably don't know like what's going on, because you're just entering the game like halfway through. But you'll get it. You'll understand it eventually. Okay. Let's see what's going on around here.
Well?
I feel like I haven't been here in a while, even though it's only really been a few days. Great. Hey, are you prepared? You prepared that surveillance camera unit, right?
Hey.
Yeah, so I didn't make any weird modifications or anything. It's not like I'm suspicious or anything. I don't know. That sounds like something a suspicious person would say. Okay. Nibbles Tucker. I want Tucker. Didn't you get this from the shady looking alley where the machines light up?
Right.
Yeah, I just tweaked it a little. Then, if there are other surveillance camera units, would it be possible to transmit a signal to the hospital from those cameras?
Man.
No, that's impossible. Originally, surveillance cameras and surveillance monitors are only used as part of the same unit. Right. That's useful information.
Hey.
So someone couldn't just swap the cameras or anything. Meaning if another surveillance camera exists. Oh, it is possible.
Huh?
I didn't swap the cameras. I modified them and increased the wireless range. If I hadn't done that, we wouldn't have been able to use it. You're a bit suspicious there, Kazuki. But I'll let you pass for now. Ah, it said to investigate.
Hajime!
Hey Hajime, there's something I wanted to ask you. You first discovered Ibuki's body at the music venue, right? But why did you go to the music venue? You had a reason for that, right? Did you see something with the camera?
That's right.
Oh, you're hosting me, yay! How many people watching your stream? Or was it like 0? I'll still take it. I'll accept that host. I also wanted to know that. It'd be different if the surveillance camera unit could record, but it's only good for household functions.
Hey!
Tell me, Hajime. Yeah, that's exactly it. I saw a strange video in that surveillance camera unit. Yes, this is a very strange video. There's a black curtain hanging like there is now. If it was a mixer. But the whole display was pretty dark because they were using candlelight. There was a rope hanging from the ceiling, and beneath that there was a stepladder on the floor. And right away, a person wearing a hospital gown and a hemp bag on their head appeared. I didn't know who it was because their face was covered, but now I know, that must have been Ibuki. She walked straight to the stepladder and without any hesitation, she climbed the stepladder of her own free will, which I doubt, and then she grabbed the rope, and that's all I saw. The candlelight must have been snuffed out. The screen went... Well, I think they broke the thing. Because we see it shattered. They just broke the camera.
Man.
Well, if the candlelight goes out, obviously nothing will show up. Modern surveillance cameras have infrared functions, so things can... Wait, modern... okay. But the one that I got in the alley is a really old model. Okay. Ah, hold on!
Well?
As a type, I have to do like their actions. Like, but the camera's not low enough. Wait. Wait. That low enough? Now it's too low. Wait. I gotta do it so I can show my actions to copy them. Wait. Don't worry, I'm a professional. Okay. It doesn't work. Forget it. Yeah. I didn't know it was her, but you saw she was trying to hang herself. So you rushed over to the music venue to try and stop her. But I didn't make it in time. Now it's too low. Dang it. Yeah.
Hey.
Still, if she climbed the stepladder on her own, does that mean she committed suicide? Wouldn't that mean she's her own killer? Ibuki committed suicide? What do you think, Chiaki? There's no doubt Ibuki climbs a ladder on her own, right? Yeah, there's no doubt. If so... Hey, don't think for too long. If you don't know, just be honest about it. Well, of course she doesn't. There's no way we'd be able to figure that out so easily. Oh yeah, I need to investigate the conference room on the second floor. I'm heading over there. Good job. What the heck, she ran away all of a sudden. Why would she mention the conference room all of a sudden? Also, I might just be overthinking, but did she seem a little upset? Alright. Let's go into the actual hospital. Oh, hello.
Now then.
Phew, I'm finally getting back to my normal self.
Alright!
Hajime, help me out with my recovery. You can touch my boobs if you... What? Okay. No thanks. Wow. Okay. She was bearable when she was quiet. It'd be so much better if she was still feeling the after effects. She'd beat me up if I said that out loud. Anyway, why are you here?
Hey!
Well, I've been sick or hurt. I've never been sick or hurt before, so I had no idea, but hospital gowns are pretty comfy. I was thinking I might keep it as well. Okay, don't tell me you plan to wear hospital gowns from now on. That's an idea, but it looks like they're out of stock. It looked like there was one gown for each patient room, so I thought there'd be more in the empty room. There weren't any gowns.
Yo!
Yep, that's right. Ibuki died wearing one, so the only one left is the one Nagato was wearing. If I have no choice, then I should just use Nagato's. It's a unisex size, so it'll probably be able to fit in. Hold on, what happened to the gown you were wearing? Are you saying I should wear the one I already wore? That's gross. Really? Wearing clothes someone else wore is even gross.
Like...
No time to dilly-dally. I totally left Mikan back at the music venue. Crap, I gotta go back soon. Alright. This is Ibuki's room, I'm pretty sure. Now what? But it's Ibuki's room! Dang it, okay. So who do you guys think is the killer so far? I have no idea at this point, although... I don't know. Chiaki was looking pretty suspicious. She seems like... Also Kazuki, I don't know. This isn't a room for patients, it looks more like an on-call room for staff. But all of the cluttered medical equipment makes it look like a storage room. If this is the only on-call room at the hospital, it must be tough to work. So if a room like this exists, that means there used to be people here, right? Okay. There's a bed! Wow! It resembles the one in the patient's room, but these are probably for breaks. Medical equipment and nursing tools. There's a lot of other medical stuff here too. This room looks like it's used to store equipment. Okay. Is there nothing in this room? Why are we searching here then? Okay. Alrighty then. What's this? It's pitch black. I can't see anything. Where's the switch?
Hey,
Don't turn it on. That's not creepy at all. Huh? Chiaki, are you there?
'cause
If you turn it on, it's gonna be fully exposed. It'll be embarrassing. What? What? Fully exposed?
hey,
Hey Hajime, if you poke... If you poke out your eyes, you can turn on the light. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna poke them out? What's going on? I'm not gonna poke out my eyes.
aww.
Bummer. Troll face. Fail. No sooner did she finish saying that, I heard the dry sound of a curtain being drawn. There was a flash of intense light that stung my eyes a little. I squinted my eyes until they started adjusting to the light. What was all that about? And I saw Chiaki had finished opening the curtains that were covering the window.
Hey,
Were you surprised? Surprised? I don't get it.
well,
I got it. Got what?
see?
The curtains in this conference room are designed to completely block out light. There's a projector in here, so they were probably careful about shining light through.
See?
See, a black curtain that blocks light. It's also long enough to reach the floor. It's perfect. That's why it was so dark. So, is something wrong with it? I'm still in the middle of investigating, so it's a secret. Yep, she's upset. But still, what was all that about? That bit about being embarrassing if I look and troll face? Fail?
Nope.
I just wanted to mess with you. Yep, she's definitely upset. Why is she acting so childish? I guess I'm done investigating the hospital. I don't know. Is the black curtain the same one as in the music venue? There's quite a lot of things in here. Okay. And I still can't go into their rooms, which is kind of weird, but okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Is that all the clues? Where do we go now? Where's the conference room? Because, Yaki was talking about that. Conference room? Wait, we have a transcript, don't we? I should use this sometimes, right? There's a transcript somewhere. Transcript. Wait, how do I go up? Oh. Oh, there's so many words. The curtains in the conference room are designed to... Oh wait, that is the conference room. So where do I go now? Oh, let's check on our pet. There we go. I guess I can go back here, but I don't know. What other clue am I supposed to get? Oh, maybe I go to Electric Avenue. Because that's where Kazuki, or whatever his name is, got the surveillance cameras. Yep. Was that always there? Okay. Apparently all the machines are used for, like, wiretapping. Oh yeah, this would be where he got it, right? But it looks like a surveillance camera unit that the same model is no longer available here. Oh. Is that it? Is there no clues here? I thought there'd be a clue here. Alright. Where else now then? The motel. I still wasn't allowed inside the motel, which is kind of weird. I just remembered I never went inside any of the rooms. Yep. Yes. Plus, I don't even know where Hyoko's room is. It might be faster to just ask someone.
Damn right.
Hey Hajime, can you explain to me again what happened when you first discovered Ibuki's body? It was the same as when I found it with you guys. Ibuki's body was hanging from the baton lighting. However, there was no body discovery announcement made, that's why I went to get you guys. I met with Chiaki at this motel, and when we were about to go back to the music venue,
I get it.
you met up with Mikan and me. And when we went back to the music venue, the entrance door wouldn't open for
I
us.
see.
So we had no choice to break it down, and discovered Yoko's body was suddenly there too.
Hey!
This is the most important part. When you arrived at the motel, who else saw you besides Chiaki? Monami? Gundam? Besides Chiaki, I also saw Gundam and Monami.
I see.
So Kazuki and Sonya didn't appear. Do you think those two are suspicious?
Like...
Well, Hyoko was killed. Between the time you saw Hibuki's body and when we broke down the door, right? But obviously these two are the most suspicious since they weren't with us. While we're at it, let me tell you my alibi too. When the morning Monokuma announcement woke me up, I went straight to the hospital. I saw Mikan panicking in front of the hospital. Asked her what's going on, and she said Ibuki disappeared.
Well, yeah.
While we were circling the island, we came to the motel and saw you guys there.
Well.
The time that Mikan and I were gone, In that short time, there's no way I could have killed Hyoko and wrapped her around a pillar.
Huh?
She still doubt me.
Jeez.
Well, I'm used to it. It's true I've done things that I deserve to be doubted for. So don't worry, even if you doubt me, I don't plan on dismembering you and encasing you in concrete. Okay. So we got his side of the story. What about Gundam?
So you have
You're here, right?
appeared.
Come on out. Are you talking to me? I can see you. Do you really think you could hide your presence like that? Hey, which room was Hyoko staying in?
Listen well.
Open the door to the center room. However, are you prepared? Make sure you pray to whatever god you hold dear, and you might want to bring an extra pair of underwear. I wonder how this guy talks to his parents and teachers. Alright, so we can finally go in. The key inside kimono, okay. Let's go inside. So Hyoko's staying here. She only stayed here a few nights, so it doesn't really feel like her room, but I feel a little conflicted. Oh, Sonya.
Oh my!
Oh, did the door open? How were you inside when it was locked? Yeah, Hyoko put the key in a kimono, so I used that to open it. I see. What, did something happen? No, it's just... I'm starting to believe it might be my fault. Her fault? What does she mean? I'm sorry. It's gotta be either Sonya or Kazuchi. Because Kazuchi knows how to use the surveillance. What is that? Ah, Monokuma. Oh. Whoa.
No.
It almost crashed for a second there. What happened there? Well, that's a good time to save. Don't want crashes. I don't want crashes. Okay. Let's see what Sonya has to say. The moment Hyoko came to this motel, she completely shut herself in this room. She was afraid of the despair disease, so she was cautious of you guys too, right?
However,
Oh wait, that was me talking. However, her fear of the disease was not the only reason she locked herself in her room. She had another reason. Besides that disease, what other reason... Oh, besides that disease... What other reason would make her lock herself in her room?
perhaps.
Her kimono. Her kimono? Yesterday, I went to talk to her. Since she had been in her room for some time, I told her it might be good for her to go outside for a bit. She kept the door to her room locked, but by coincidence, it was not locked at the time. And then I saw it. Hyoko was crying and struggling with a kimono sash. She did not want to smell bad, so she took a shower, but then she could not tie her sash anymore. Mihiru is no longer with us, so I believe she was having trouble with it. She didn't leave her room because she couldn't tie her kimono, huh?
You are right.
The others might have thought it was a silly sash, but it must have been a serious issue for her. Hyoko told me that she learned how to tie her sash from Mihiru. That Mihiru kindly taught her the basics. That's why she wanted to be able to tie her sash on her own.
Perhaps.
She probably could not forgive herself for not being able to do it, especially since Mihiru taught her. I could not really understand her feelings, which is why I said what I did. What did you say?
Hyoko, by chance, are you having trouble wearing your kimono?
Stupid! What are you saying? Of course I can do it! Because Mahiru taught me. That's why I can do it on my own.
If that is the case, how about you do it someplace where there is a mirror? Do you remember the full-length mirror in the storage room at the music venue?
Oh.
If you do it while standing in front of a large mirror, I am confident you will be successful. Also, shutting yourself in your room like this may be bad for your health.
And that was when she kicked me out.
It cannot be.
Could it be Hyuko remembered that? Are you saying she went to the music venue to wear her kimono? I can see that happening. Hyuko locked herself in the room to make sure she put on the kimono. And made sure she put the room key inside her kimono. Can't imagine that she was abducted by someone. If so, that's weird. Hey, did you tell anyone about that before the incident? Or was someone listening in on your conversation? I never told this to anyone, and I do not believe anyone was listening in on our conversation. Nobody knew. If that's the case, how did the killer know Hyuko was going to the music venue? Yeah, Sonia, what about that? What about that, Sonia? Okay, Sonia's looking pretty shady now. Everyone else has alibis except for... Well, Kazuki doesn't really have an alibi either. Neither does Mikan, but I don't think she'd do anything bad. It was either Kazuki or Sonia, really. Nope. That's it. It's trial time.
Hello! How's everybody doing? It's me, Monokuma! Yay! Awesome! The class trial's gonna start, you know. So, make sure you guys come to Monokuma Rock ASAP! I'll see you soon!
It's already time. So this again. Okay, after all this information, who do you think now? Tiger? I'm thinking Sonia at this point. She might have... Cause... Oh wait, wrong way. Cause, even if she doesn't know how to use the technology and stuff, she is friends with... Or she knows that Kazuki likes her. So she could manipulate Kazuki. Or like, just to ask him, teach me how to use this. And he'd be like, yeah! And then he'll know how to use the whatever machinery, whatever. Am I making sense? I'm kind of distracted by walking. But yeah, I think it's Sonia, and she could manipulate Kazuki to do whatever the things he needed to do with the camera. But I don't know what her motive would be. Like, why? And why two people? Everyone who heard the announcement had gathered in the morning. Yep.
Welcome!
Is everybody here? Do you guys want to go to the class trial?
Wait!
Hey jerk, hold on right there.
Monomi's such
What?
a dumb child.
Don't get in my way. You're just a dumb little sister who's shot off a few brain cells.
Hey!
My brain works just fine.
Hey!
Monokuma, well, what did you do with Nekomaru? I see. So you've come to avenge him.
That's...
Avenge? That sounds like he died. Sounds like... You say... Oops.
Anyway...
Nekomaru died. And he's just like, oh, whoops. Looks like he died. Anyway, since Nekomaru is unfortunately unavailable today, let's just say he's absent.
Bye-bye!
Now then, let's... I gotta go first.
I won't let you.
Hold on, I won't let you escape.
Hey, hey!
Hey, did you just hear what he said?
Huh?
Don't worry about it. There's no way Nekomaru's dead. He's just trying to piss us off.
Damn it!
Of course he's not dead. There's no way... Not in a million years.
Well...
More importantly, it's best if we worry about ourselves for now. If something happens here, every one of us, except for Nekomaru, will die. Why are you so excited about that?
How about it?
Who knows, maybe I'm just looking forward to seeing poetic justice prevail.
What do you yearn?
What are you saying, fiend? You'll find out soon enough.
See?
Then let's go.
I'm gonna do it!
I noticed our lined up silhouettes keep getting smaller and smaller. But I can't turn back now. If I turn back, I won't be able to press forward. Why would Sonya do something like this? It's probably not Sonya though, knowing like how this game keeps messing with me. Probably not going to be Sonya. But I don't know who else it could be. Like Kazuki then. But I don't know. It's going to make it sound like it's one of them, and then suddenly at the end it's going to be like, no, it's this person. I may. It feels pretty toothless with all these empty seats. Well, 2 people got killed at the same time, and Nekomaru's not here either.
Hey!
Is Nekomaru really not participating? Is he alive? You should invite him.
No.
Why bother?
That's...
What?
Well now.
Now then, let's begin.
Yahoo!
It's the beginning of the long-awaited class trial. Please enjoy it to your heart's content. And so the curtain to the 3rd class trial was about to open. Ibuki Midori, the ultimate musician. She was really loud, but she was the mood maker of the group. And Lolly Girl, she was the lolly of the group. The person who killed those 2 is among us. But whether I believe it or not is irrelevant. Who is the killer? Unless I figure out the truth, I won't be able to escape from this hell. Alright. Still can't do any skills. No, I can't. Okay. Okay, let's look at our clues. A little recap. So 2 bodies, 1 hanging, 1 tied up, both with damage to their throats. Ibuki had blood on her shoes, even though she did not get any, like, blood wounds. That was a rope. That was Lolly Girl's key. There was a scrap of paper. That's important for some reason. Very black curtain at the very back. The black curtain is not actually from the music menu, at least I think. There's blood on the stepladder when there shouldn't be. There's a candle. The surveillance camera is broken. The temperature was really hot. There was a blood smudge on the floor. Weird semi-transparent gloop. Mikon's account. The video. Kiyohiko's account, Sonya's account. Movie. Monokuma's account. And the movies. Okay. Well, I don't know. It seems like it's pointing to Sonya. I can't see anything else. But let's find out! Class trial.
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the
we're
class
just starting the trial.
During the class trial, if you I'll punish away.
I don't mind, you know, because I was asleep the whole time.
Even if you do grasp it, you're just gonna confuse the heck out of us, aren't you?
But Nagito's not alone. I don't really get it either.
You're fine. Your head's empty anyway.
Empty head? Huh. What's wrong with that? Listen up! The emptier your head, the more dreams you can stuff inside it, you know?
Okay.
Anyway, we shouldn't proceed with the trial if those 2 can't participate in the arguments.
Since he's the first witness, why don't we ask Hajime to explain the incident and the sequence of events?
Oh yeah, does Nagato even have an alibi? I don't think so.
Then, let's start with when we split into the hospital team and motel team because of the despair disease. The hospital team consisted of Nagito, Ibuki, and Akane, who were infected, and Mikan, Fuyuhiko, and me.
The other 5 on the motel team were myself, Gundam, Kazuichi, Chiaki, and Hyoko.
Spending the night at the hospital was prohibited, so Hajime and I had to sleep at our cottages.
I woke up at my cottage on the day the incident happened. Mikan came by to wake me up and told me that Nagito had recovered from his symptoms. We immediately headed over to the hospital, and after we confirmed his recovery,
I forgot about that. He was dying, that's his alibi.
I made Mikan rest in the on-call room, since she hadn't slept all night, while I waited in the hospital lobby.
But my theory from before still kind of could be possible. Like, because Nagato had the lying disease, and Ibuki had the gullible disease, he could lie and tell her, I want you to kill yourself. And she'll be like, okay. It's a horrible situation, but it's possible, you know? I don't know, my brain works in weird ways.
And then, I saw the incoming signal light on the surveillance camera blinking before our scheduled time. When I pressed the button to turn on the monitor, what appeared on screen was a video of someone wearing a hospital gown and a hemp bag on their head, climbing a stepladder.
Amazing! That's such a heart-pounding story! And then what did you do, Hajime?
I tried to stop them, of course. I rushed out of the hospital and ran to where the video was being recorded, the music venue. But it was too late. By the time I arrived, the person wearing the hemp bag on their head was already hanging from the ceiling. I thought I should tell the others right away, so I headed to the motel.
Why the motel?
Because it was close to the music venue, and unlike the hospital, there were more able-bodied people there. At least, that's what I thought. But the only person who came with me was Chiaki.
But I remember feeling a little relieved because not long after, we met up with Mikan and Fuyuhiko.
We were also looking for Ibuki since she disappeared from our sight.
After I rested for a bit, I started counting everyone at the hospital. And then I noticed Ibuki was gone. So I sprinted out of the hospital. Coincidentally, I ran into Fuyuhiko. So I pled with him in various ways to see if he could help me out.
In various ways.
Various ways?
Yes, Kazuki. Various ways.
Don't say it like that and confuse people.
After I heard from those two that Ibuki disappeared, I had a feeling she was the person wearing the hemp bag. So I immediately led them to the music venue.
But the door wouldn't open. Since we had no other option, the 4 of us broke down the door. And when that happened, we didn't just find Ibuki's body. We also found Hyoko's. And not just that. Her body was taped to a pillar.
That's when we heard the body discovery announcement. Not once, but twice in a row.
And so we decided to lower the hanged body, didn't we?
When we removed the hemp bag, just as we feared, it was Ibuki.
So that's how the case played out. Thank you. I understood it very easily.
Good for you, Nagato.
Well, it's clear what the problem with this case is. When Hajime left the music venue, who... Wait, how do I know anything Hajime just said is true?
Wow, you gotta believe me. I'm the main character.
Sorry, I'm only being impartial right now. And the story I just heard is clearly suspicious. Hajime, if you're the only one who saw the hanging video, and the first one to discover Ibuki's body, then you could be lying as much as you want right now.
Lie? Why would I lie?
The main character. Why would I do such a thing?
Obviously. So you could make us ignore what might be an inconvenient truth for you.
Do you doubt me?
If you're not lying, I would like you to prove it.
Now,
Come on, try to prove it to me. Prove you're not the killer.
It's just as Kazuki said, Nagato's the kind of guy who will just confuse us to make matters worse. I'm in trouble now that... Is that like a thing I could have done, like actually talk to him? Or is it just the game? Like this, I wish this game had some more like, different parts and stuff.
Hajime's
that would make it
testimony is
interesting.
clearly suspicious.
If Hajime's testimony is a lie, then the fact that Ibuki hung herself...
That would also be a lie.
I don't think I can deny that possibility. After all, Hajime's the only witness.
Why would Hajime lie?
Well, obviously because he's the killer.
Did Hajime kill both of them?
The fact that the bodies were imitating the movie means it
Yes.
probably is Hajime's fault.
I didn't watch the movie.
Hajime's testimony is clearly suspicious.
If Hajime's testimony is a lie, then the fact that Ibuki...
That would also...
I don't think I can.
The
After
voice
all,
goes even higher.
Well, obviously,
Did Hajime...
the fact that the bodies were imitating... No, that's wrong!
I'm on top of this now. I got this. Shush!
I'm not the killer.
I can't say names,
there's
okay?
no way I'd be able to imitate that movie.
No matter how many times you tell me how to say it, I will still say it badly. Kazuichi. Alright. I'm not the killer, I mean, there's no way I'd be able to imitate that movie.
Of course you're not. I already knew that.
Wow.
Huh?
Before the incident, Hajime had never watched that movie. His invitation ticket is proof of that. Each person only received one ticket, and they're marked with a stamp that shows the date and time. Isn't that right, Monokuma?
Yes, no mistakes there.
Which means there's no way Hajime, who never saw the movie, could commit murders that imitated it. Or did anyone tell him what happens in the movie? Of course no one did, right?
Hold on a sec. You're the one who brought this up in the first place.
No one should believe Nagato. Just let him talk crazy and just forget about him.
Nagito, what are you doing?
Well, since we're opening with your witness testimony, I thought we should solidify the foundation.
Yeah. I guess that makes sense.
It also provides a good warm-up.
Less sense.
What warm-up? This isn't a game, you know.
Don't get mad. I just think warming up is really important. Especially since this isn't a game.
What a waste of time. Well, I knew it would turn out like this anyway.
Now then, since we know Hajime's testimony is reliable, let us move on to the arguments.
So this means Ibuki definitely climbed the stepladder all by herself, right?
Yeah, I'm positive.
Then that seals it! Ibuki committed suicide!
If Ibuki committed suicide, then who killed Hiyoko?
A murder coincidentally occurring in the same place as a suicide ain't possible, huh?
Like I said before, it's pretty clear what the problem with this case is. The killer murdered Hiyoko while Hajime was gone. So all we gotta do is establish who could have possibly done that.
Then let's ask Hajime. How long would you say you were away from the music venue?
I couldn't have been gone for more than 10 minutes.
So they killed Hiyoko and taped her up within 10 minutes? There's no way that's possible.
That's why the killer stalled for time by making the music venue a closed room.
What do you mean, a closed room?
The killer blocked the venue door from the inside to try and keep us from entering right away.
However, that door is the only entrance to the music venue, right? If they blocked the door from the inside, the killer would not have been able to leave either.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Which means, when we broke down the venue door, the killer was still inside.
They were?
If that's the case, the only suspicious people are those who don't have an alibi for that time. And that's you two! Sonia and Kazuichi!
Me too?
Yes, you.
What the hell?
Mostly
Why's
you.
it gonna be us?
The others all have alibis. Chiaki, Mikan, Hajime, and I all broke down the venue door together. Gundam met up with Hajime at the motel right before that. And if Akane and Nagito were laid up in the hospital, the only person that leaves is one of you.
There's another person who doesn't have an alibi. You know, Nekomaru.
But he's not...
Me too!
What?
Hey, why are you talking like... Huh? You're kidding, right? You're not up to something weird, are you?
Please stop making bad jokes.
Anyway, if the killer was hiding inside the venue, we should obviously doubt the people who don't have alibis.
What a wicked way of backing us into a wall! Is this his professional skill?
Kills inside the music venue. Fuyuhiko obviously thinks so, but is that really it? Well, I don't see how else, really.
The killer was still inside the music venue. By locking the door from the inside, they tried to keep us from getting in.
Ah, okay.
It seems they were trying to stall for time.
How did they lock the door? That door should not have had a lock.
The lock was on the floor in front of the door.
Are you talking about the broken drumstick?
You can use that as a bolt to lock the door. By doing that, the killer who was hiding inside waited till we gathered together and suddenly appeared.
So they looked like they had just rushed over.
I have seen this in serial crime dramas.
Okay, I think instead of the drumstick, they used the glue. But made it
The
look
killer
like they
was
used
still
the
inside the
drumstick.
music venue. By locking the door from the inside. No, that's wrong!
I'm on fire today. I'm getting all of these right. Ooh. Hopefully it stays that way.
Wait a sec. There's also a possibility that the door was locked from the outside.
From the outside? How?
There was a semi-transparent glob stuck to the venue door. Maybe
Why don't
that's
they-
what they used.
Why don't they just call it glue? It's a semi-transparent glob. Also known as glue.
Semi-transparent glob. Like rubber, maybe?
No, like glue! Dang it. Game. It wasn't rubber at all. It was glue!
I
Glue.
see.
It's glue.
Semi-transparent glob. Must have been glue.
Glue?
Yeah, I think so too. It had a firm, gel-like chewiness. And I could smell workshop chemicals the moment I put it in my mouth. Based on all that, I'm certain it was glue.
Great.
No glue was edible.
I believe it is not something one typically eats.
That glue was only applied to the areas where both doors touched. By pouring it in the gaps of the closed door, they must have sealed the venue door from the outside.
And thanks to that, a glob of glue was left where the door was stuck. Yep, it fits perfectly. But if you just stick them together with glue, you'd be able to break down the door easily, you know?
Glue. I love to eat glue first thing in the morning. If you eat glue, I have some questions. Like, firstly, why?
That doesn't really matter. The killer only did that to make us think the door was locked from the inside.
What'd you say?
First of all, didn't that drumstick we found seem really obvious? Almost unnaturally so? It was so obvious that it makes more sense to think the killer placed it as a diversion.
Are you saying the drumstick was a trap the killer set on purpose? Then I totally fell for that fucking trap.
Yes, you did.
Apologize to Miss Sonia and me. However, you're not allowed to slice open your stomach this time.
Did you know eating glue makes you better at class trials? Well, I guess that's true for Chiaki, so it's got a 100% positive rating. So it must be true.
In a quarrel, both sides are to blame. That's why it's better to just have no sides at all.
So, During the 10 minutes Hajime left the venue, the killer murdered Hiyoko and created a closed space?
And they also taped her up after killing her, right?
I'm guessing they killed Hiyoko first.
Even quick work has limits.
Oh, what unimaginable speed for a slowpoke like me.
If they couldn't have done it while Hajime was away from the venue, they must have done it earlier than that.
But when Hajime got to the venue, only Ibuki's body was there, right?
And when you went back with everyone else, Hiyoko's body was there too, right? But it's possible that the body was just revealed at that time, when Hiyoko was actually killed earlier.
Yes, that's what I was saying.
Just revealed?
Of course, the body wasn't revealed on its own. The killer did that too. Here, I have proof.
That scrap of paper. Is that what we found in the baton lighting at the music venue?
That's right, but just what is this scrap anyway?
The scrap was stuck. Oh, what am I doing? Oh, this one. Okay. I don't know what's the word. Wallpaper? I think it's wallpaper. Whoa! Wow. Yes, it was stuck. Oh, it came off from the wallpaper. I need another L. This is intense. And why is there no L's? There you go. Wall. Paper. 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 No. Oops. Paper. 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 A. 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 No! No. Oh no. Oh no. Wait, where's the A's? A. Now I need another P. Dang it. B. Hey. E. E. Oh, whoops. E's. R's. Dang it. Dang it. Oh. 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 Yes. I got it. Perfect. That's how you do it, ladies and gentlemen.
Isn't it? In the music venue storage room, there should have been black wallpaper that's the same color as that scrap. There was also a tear along the edge of the wallpaper, wasn't there? If so...
You're right. If you overlay the scrap that was caught on the lighting with the tear in the wallpaper... See? It fits perfectly.
Perfect.
I see. So the scrap that was caught on the baton lighting was originally part of the wallpaper.
And what's wrong with that? Does it have something to do with Hiyoko's body disappearing?
A mere nobody like me isn't important enough to answer that.
If you know the answer, you're important enough to answer it.
But if you guys were exceptional enough to identify that scrap of paper, you can figure this out easily.
I don't like Nagato. Logic dive. What was this again? Oh, this thing. I forget the controls. What was the controls? Oh. That's not the controls. This isn't... This is such a... like, boring kind of... Okay. I'm sorry, people who made this. But, oh, why did Hiyoko body suddenly appear at the crime scene? It was hidden! Yes, okay, cool. Like, I appreciate they try to make something different in this lying game thing, but like, this is not it. This is not the missing piece to the whole thing. What did the killer use to hide her body? Oh, no, the wallpaper! Whoops, the wallpaper! Dang it. Oh, maybe the good. No, wait, the wallpaper. Must be the wallpaper. Yep. Oh, wait, what? How did the killer... Wait. Oh, I can slow down. I forgot about that. How did the killer hide her body with the wallpaper? They formed a wall. What does that mean? Okay. No, that's wrong. They cover the pillar. Okay. Oh, is that it? Okay. Nice, nice. They just need to make it harder. It got harder late. Or maybe... Right, okay, yeah. It's not like that interesting, because it's just like... Yeah... Yeah... Yeah...
I got it! Hyoko's body was hidden before we found it.
But it would have taken quite a long time to tape up a hidden body.
No, the body was already taped up and the killer hid it, along with the pillar using the wallpaper.
Oh wait, did they like wrap wallpaper around her already wrapped to the pillar? That sounds pretty weird.
What? They hid the pillar?
Yeah, by wrapping the wallpaper around the pillar, the killer was able to create a slightly larger pillar.
That seems, firstly, that would be very obvious in like real life. If you wrapped a person around a pillar and then wrapped paper around the person, that would be very obvious. But okay, game. Okay.
So when I first discovered Ibuki's body, Hyoko's body was already there. However, because it was concealed within a slightly larger pillar,
made the pillar
I didn't
thick.
realize that at the time.
Well, that's understandable. I mean, it makes sense that you'd notice Ibuki's body right away.
So they used the baton lighting on the ceiling to hang the wallpaper?
The baton lighting forms a perfect circle around the pillar, so using it to hang the wallpaper totally fits.
Then, the reason the wallpaper was covered in so many stickers was to make it look like that pillar.
That's how they hid Hyoko's body, and then peeled off the wallpaper as soon as I left the music venue.
But the killer made a mistake. They accidentally ripped off a piece of the wallpaper.
You know, I gotta hand it to the killers in this game. They're quite well at planning out their murders, although not quite enough because they get found out. But like, who would think that they need to cover a body in wallpaper so that people think another person got killed before that person got killed, and then you have to remove the wallpaper, so then they think that person got killed second, and then you have to leave the room and glue the room so people can't get in and will think that you're inside. Like, who thinks like that? I don't think anyone would actually think like that in real life, or they would be a mastermind criminal.
And because of that,
other than
the scrap was left on the baton lighting.
Getting found out by these little clues.
The killer must have been in a hurry. Their plan took too long. Hajime could have walked in on them.
But going to the trouble of hiding the body and the pillar is very bold and risky.
That's what I'm saying, Mikan. Mikan gets me.
But the crime itself would be much easier to pull off since they don't have much to do while Hajime's gone. They just have to peel off that wallpaper and stash it in the storage room.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not that big of a deal.
But I feel like it might have been Like, actually, yeah, they could have just left it there, and even if if everyone found it out while investigating, like that wouldn't be a big deal. Like, they'd be pretty free, I think. Like, sometimes. I know it's a game, but I like to have logical logic in my games, and this one lacks a lot of it.
Then, when was Hiyoko actually killed?
Good point. And on that note, it's about time we shed some light on those imitation murders.
You mentioned imitation murder more than once. But what is that?
Are you kidding me? You haven't seen my masterpiece? The Wizard of Monami 2.5D?
Yeah. Oh, so many things. So many things. But even now, it doesn't completely match up, because there's not a third person. But I guess it's good enough.
Hey! Don't put my likeness in your movies without my permission!
You're pretty noisy for someone who eats mothballs.
I don't eat mothballs. I just enjoy looking at them.
Alright.
I knew it! There are so many similarities. It must have been intentional.
Ibuki's death by hanging matches the Scarecrow's death from the movie. Not just that, but Hiyoko getting taped up after her death matches the lion's death.
It's as if both crimes were replicas of scenes from the movie, although the mutilated Tin Man was omitted.
But why did the killer go to all this trouble in the first place?
Based on what we know, the reason the killer chose these imitations isn't that difficult to figure out.
Because they like movies. To mix up the killing order.
I see!
The reason the killer imitated 2 of the murders from the movie was so he'd mix up the killing order.
Then, Hiyoko was actually killed before Ibuki?
A valid line of reasoning.
Yeah, it's valid. The condition of Ibuki's body suggests that as well.
What do you mean? If you're going to cry and beg like that, then I guess I'll hear about the condition of Ibuki's body.
I'm not even crying.
I'll let you sob as much as you want later. Just hurry up and tell me before I change my mind.
Alright.
What a jerk!
Oh, I see. You want me to explain it to you, right? Because you don't understand what I'm saying, right?
An even bigger jerk? Impossible!
Look, Ibuki died because she hanged herself, right? That means when she was still alive, her feet were touching the floor.
What's wrong with that?
But it seems Ibuki was still
What a
standing
babe.
when Hiyoko was killed. That would mean Hiyoko was killed before Ibuki.
How light. Your words are so light as the sylph's feather. Your opponent is out of your league. It is too absurd to try to perplex me so inadequately.
Man, he's being annoying again.
First and foremost, you claim Ibuki's feet were touching the floor when Hiyoko was killed. How can a low-class creature with no psychic abilities like you know something like that?
Is Gundam the killer? He's being very defensive right now. Gundaddy. No. No.
Because she was doing something that's only possible if her feet were on the floor.
It seems you suffer from a pathetic delusion.
You're one to talk.
Yeah, blood on the soles of the feet. It's good enough to clear this. Ah. These people.
When Hiyoko died, Ibuki's feet were on the floor.
Yeah.
I am telling you to present your evidence.
Did you see her walking?
If her feet were on the floor, was there any sign she stepped on something?
Yes. But I'll wait for
Were there
the
even any footprints at the crime
sentences to
scene?
finish.
Maybe her feet were on the floor. that she was like sitting or something. So instead, there'd be a mark on her ass.
Weak, 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 I say!
He just wants to examine
It doesn't
that
even
ass.
pierce my heart!
Okay. I got it.
When Hiyoko died, Ibuki's feet.
I am telling you to. Did you see her walk?
If her feet. Was there any sign she stepped on something?
I agree with that.
Consent.
Just as Sonia said, Ibuki stepped on something. That something was blood. There were faint blood stains on the soles of her slippers.
That is not Ibuki's blood, right? She suffered no external injuries.
Then it's Hiyoko's blood!
Hiyoko's only wound was a fatal slice on her neck. And she died almost instantly, right?
If Ibuki stepped on her blood...
It means Ibuki was still standing when Hiyoko was mortally wounded. Which means Ibuki was still alive at the exact moment Hiyoko was killed.
Don't underestimate the power of the evil eye!
Okay. Okay.
Is that it? A shepherd dressed in his Sunday's finest still reeks of lamb, Hajime Hinata.
Don't know anything of what you just said.
Does that mean you have a rebuttal?
Does that mean you have a rebuttal? That's a good line. But are you sure you're sure? If I show you how serious I am, this world might be destroyed, you know. You're so frightened you can't even make a sound. It seems you've realized our difference in status. However, the time for conviction starts now. You better entertain me to the fullest.
Alright, let's show down. The step ladder is also a good thing, I guess. Well, it's a
You're
smudge
saying
on
the
floor.
blood on Ibuki's feet belonged to
Oh, wait.
Hiyoko? Ha! Impossible! Try to remember the crime scene. There was no blood. You can't step on blood that was never there.
Oh, right.
Just about 1 minute. Did you see a nice nightmare?
Okay, I know what to do.
You're saying the blood on Ibuki's feet. Ha! Impossible! Try to remember the crime scene. There was no blood on the floor.
Boom.
Allow me to cut through those words!
That was a quick one.
That's not it. The reason there was no blood on the floor is because the killer wiped it away afterward.
Don't say such foolish things. You don't have proof of that at all.
Ooh, is Gundam the killer? Why would you do something like that, Gundam?
Yes, I do. If you look closely, there's a streak on the floor where blood was wiped away.
When the killer tried to hide Hyoko's body, they probably cleaned the blood at the same time, but Ibuki must have already stepped in it, and the killer probably didn't even realize it.
The reason they wiped off the blood on the floor was so we'd mix up the order of the murders, right? Even if they're able to hide Hyoko's body, it'd be bad if her blood was left out in the open.
Plus, Ibuki's body was left out in the open, and it wasn't bleeding from any open wounds at all.
Hyoko's body was probably wrapped in duct tape to stop her bleeding.
Also, you know, an easy way to like combat this whole blood situation would just be like, just give Ibuki a little cut, like after she's dead. Don't do it while she's alive. That's a bit messed up. Okay, it's still messed up either way, but after she died, just give her a little cut, and then just the blood, and then like you can explain it away. But no, people aren't smart enough in this game.
Actually,
Or messed up
the
enough.
bleeding will stop once the heart stops beating. So I don't think they had to go that far.
Aside from Mikon, none of us were aware of that fact, so the killer probably did not know it either.
Maybe the heater was running inside the music venue so it would screw with Mikon's autopsy?
That's right! I didn't know the time of death because of the heater!
If the time of death wasn't mentioned in the Monokuma file just to keep concrete evidence from us.
Yep. Since we have all this evidence, there's no one else who wants to object, right? Then it's decided. Hyoko was killed before Ibuki.
It appears that it is wiser to retreat for now. Fine then. But regardless of good or evil, there's no deceit in upholding one's convictions.
Can't you just shut up and back off?
Now then, let us resume our debate.
Wait a sec. There's something I want to run by Monokuma first.
Huh? Again? Didn't something like this happen last time, too?
Hey, if the victim actually committed suicide, what are we supposed to do?
The same as always. You have to vote for who the killer is. Think about
that
it.
wouldn't explain
A suicide
both of
means
the-
you've killed the most important existence of all, yourself. Unfortunately, that means there's no Blacken to punish, but I guess in a pinch, I can always punish Monami.
Why me?
Nagito? What do you mean? If the victim actually committed suicide?
Well, I mean, I understand Hyoko's death, but I'm wondering if Ibuki was really murdered. For example, it's possible Ibuki killed Hyoko, and then committed suicide due to a guilty conscience, right?
That's totally impossible. Then she never would have killed her to begin with.
She was afflicted by the despair disease, remember? That means anything can happen.
But if Ibuki's the killer, she wouldn't have been able to falsify the sequence of the murders, right? After Hajime saw the hanged body, the sudden appearance of Hyoko's body soon after means the killer had to be alive at that time.
She right?
Then she was alive! When Hajime first discovered Ibuki, she was just pretending to be dead.
I find it pretty hard to pretend to be dead when you are hanging from the ceiling.
If she waited until Hajime left, that's when she could have made her move and mess with the crime scene.
She hanged herself. Remember? There's no fucking way she could have faked that.
And if she was going to fake her death, I think she wouldn't have chosen hanging. Her body would have been defenseless in that state. If anyone touched her, that alone would have ruined her plan.
I see. So that means there's no doubt that someone killed those two. I'm glad. Now I'm free to search for the killer.
What the heck?
There's still one more issue on my mind. If Ibuki didn't commit suicide, then just what was that video Hajime saw? According to that video you saw, Ibuki was by herself when she climbed the stepladder, right? Then does that mean someone forced her to do it?
Forced? Perhaps they used hypnotism or something?
I hate that, like, I know basically why. Because she had the despair disease, and people could tell her what to do, so she'll do it. But we're gonna spend about 30 more minutes just trying to explain this to all of the people in this game.
I don't know anything about that.
Don't say it all proud.
Putting that aside, it seems obvious that the killer did something. So, maybe we should figure out who was able to do whatever that was.
So, an alibi. Then our plan is to destroy the weakest alibi. Since Hajime has seen the video, it is clear what time the crime took place.
But just to be sure, that surveillance camera doesn't have a record function, right?
It's a cheap-ass surveillance camera, you know? There's no way it'd have some kind of sweet recording feature.
Then, the video Hajime saw was actually live?
Yeah.
What time did Hajime see that video?
In the
I
morning.
saw it at the hospital, right before Monokuma's morning announcement.
When's his morning announcements again? Like 7 o'clock? 8, 9, 6 o'clock?
And I saw the body at the music venue a little after Monokuma's announcement.
So Ibuki hanged herself right before Monokuma's announcement. And since we established that Hyoko was killed before Ibuki, that means the time that the murders occurred was before and during the announcement.
Then, we just have to find the person who doesn't have an alibi during that time?
Now then, I shall issue my decree. Let Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi commence.
Thanks for the decree, Sonya. We really needed that. 7 a.m. Okay, let's just see what's going on.
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
Yeah.
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
Was
I
he?
think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
Was he?
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi, then Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has failed!
Yeah, my alarm's 7 as well, and I do also wake up at 6 sometimes. Actually, today. No, wait, not today. Did I? Nah. I forget. But yeah, my alarm is at 7 AM, because I like to wake up early. And also I need to wake up for these streams. The person who doesn't have an alibi for that time. Okay, I need to look through the clues again. What are all their alibis? Mikan... Right up until Monokuma's announcement in the morning, Mikan was with Hajime. Afterwards, she went to the hospital to check. When she rushed out, she apparently met up with Yohiko. Yeah, you're gonna have to start using an alarm because you have school. Oh no, that means you won't be able to watch my streams, right? That's not good. Yohiko met with Mikan in front of the hospital. They split up to search. Alright. That seems okay. Yohiko was distraught because the commander was disheveled. Turn right on. When Sonya apparently told her about the full length of the road. Okay. I don't know.
And what about the others?
Right before the morning...
What does the surveillance camera have to do with anything? Yeah, you try to watch there? Alright. Well, as long as you try. That's all that matters. But I need more people to watch. I'm so lonely. I don't know. I don't know if I should try playing different games, or if it's just that I stream at weird times, or... I don't know. But I wish more people could watch. That's probably not it. Oh wait, no, this was it. Video saw... One of their accounts must be it.
I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
What is... Kazuichi... Or Kazuichi... I'll probably still be able to watch depending on how much work I get. Right. Maybe you can just play it in the background and hear my lovely voice help you concentrate on your work. That probably doesn't help. But anyway. Kazuchi doesn't have alibi here right now. At least in the accounts.
So everyone who stayed at the motel... What about you guys? I was where I was supposed...
That's not...
Aside from those if nobody has Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has failed!
We can exclude the sick people like me and
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
Okay, that's not it. Do you have a second period study hall though? Right. Oh no, homework is more important than watching my stream, so don't worry if you can't watch. I won't hate you. I'll just be lonely.
Crap! We can exclude the sick people like me.
And what about the...
Right before them, I was totally sleeping.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed...
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
Yes, homework is more important than watching my stream.
Crap!
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
Right before the morning, I was totally asleep.
I think everyone.
So everyone who stayed at the. What about you guys? I was where I was supposed.
That's not an.
Aside from those, if nobody has an alibi, Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has failed!
We can exclude the sick people
Sonya
like me and
doesn't have an
Akane, right?
alibi, does she?
And what about the others?
Right before the. I was totally asleep.
I think everyone.
So everyone who stayed. What about you guys? I was where I was supposed.
That's not.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi, then...
Okay, that's not it.
Crap!
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
And how
Right before the morning
and
announcement.
how is my streams
I
beneficial
was
to you?
totally sleeping in my motel
Better than
room.
homework.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be. My own cottage.
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those, if nobody, Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has failed!
I was doing so well. Now we're going through this
We can
like
exclude the
5
sick.
times.
And what about the...
Right before the. I was totally asleep.
I think everyone.
So everyone who stayed. What about you guys? I was where I was supposed to be. My own cottage.
They're more entertaining. Well, I'm glad
We
you
can
find them
exclude the sick
entertaining.
people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement. I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel was.
So everyone who stayed. What about you guys? I was where I was supposed.
That's not.
Aside from those, if nobody has an alibi, then...
Oh, God. Yeah, there's a thing. There we go. You can use that. You can use my streams as motivation to do your work. So you should finish your work quickly so you can watch my stream. There's a thing. There's a positive thing.
Crap!
We can
Alright.
exclude the sick
I
people
still
like me and
have no idea
Akane,
what
right?
this whole thing
And
is
what
about
about
though.
the others?
Right before the morning announcement. I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
Her kimono was the show's. That's when Sonya apparently told her about the full-length mirror. That's not a alibi or anything. I tried agreeing with Fuyuhiko and that didn't work, at least with what I tried. Right up until Monokuma's announcement, Mikan was with me. Afterwards, she went to the hospital to check on it. With Mikan's account? I might try that. Yeah, I might try that. I don't know if I have.
So everyone who stayed at the motel. What about you guys? I was where I was supposed to be. My own cottage.
Nope. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna
We can
lose
exclude the sick.
And
all
what
my
about...
life on
Right
this.
before the. I was totally asleep.
I think everyone.
So everyone who stayed. What about you guys? I was where I was supposed.
That's not.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi, then...
Ah, okay, there we
No,
go.
that's wrong!
Finally!
Hold on. Not all of us are missing an alibi. In fact, Mikan and I both have alibis.
You two have alibis?
Up until I saw that hanging video, Mikan and I were actually together for a while.
We even woke up together that morning.
Ah, I remember that fondly.
Hey, what kind of situation is that?
I accidentally fell asleep on top of Hajime.
Accidentally.
Too much info.
Yeah, it's not like that. She just came to tell me Nagato's condition had improved.
And we went to the hospital together afterward. So we were together until right before the announcement.
I get it. You guys have alibis.
If that's the case, the killer must be someone else.
Oh, I hope Mikan does not die in this game at all. Please tell me that doesn't happen. We're gonna be together forever after the whole island drama is over.
It's better if we think about it like that. The killer decided to falsify the murder sequence to hide the actual time of the crime anyway.
So it's inevitable that an alibi for both before and during the morning announcement would be very important.
It feels like Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has backed us into a corner instead.
But committing an imitation murder, is that really all it was? Faking the time the crime occurred by falsifying the murder sequence, hiding their alibi in the process? Was that the only reason the killer made both bodies imitate the movie?
What other reason is
Are
there?
you saying there was another reason?
I feel really bad for confusing you guys so much, but that's how I feel. I think the killer had a completely different reason for falsifying the murder sequence.
We're still in the killer's trap. Is this gonna be a trial break? It is. Huh. Well, I think we have enough time that we can continue on. So that was actually fairly quick, considering how long class trials usually go for. But anyway, why hello there, mon ami. The mothballs, isn't it moth? The mothballs sure look tasty today.
Stop it!
Stop it! Don't characterize me as someone who lives off mothballs. And here's some chance time. What? Now then, mon amis, appeal time starts now. Huh? Appeal time? Your kind-hearted big brother is gonna give you the chance to reclaim your honor. Good luck! Show those jerks who treat you like a red-headed stepchild who's boss. That's 99% your fault. While you were whining, your time's already running out, so please make your appeal simple. About 30,000 words or so. That's too long. It'll be so boring. Come on, if your appeal is successful, there might be merchandise opportunities heading your way. Then, I'm Asami, magical miracle girl Asami. I'm an itty-bitty girl who's sweet like milk. Jeez, and I thought a certain robot little sister was supposed to be the best.
What a disappointment!
Who are you talking about? I have no clue whatsoever. Alright. I don't get these little things, but okay. Let us continue. Resume.
I'm Monami. Once again, I've been put in such an unreasonable situation.
Good for you.
Seriously, he's like the king of unreasonableness. Why did it turn out like this?
I don't know.
We were supposed to have a fun, friendly school trip, but it turned out all bloody instead.
Yep.
No! This definitely cannot be allowed. That's why I want you to remember this.
I am remembering.
Everyone, do your very best. Don't lose to yourself. And don't forget to save frequently.
I will never lose to myself. I will beat myself up, so I can't lose to myself. The reason the killer did an imitation murder is the reason other than falsifying this murder sequence.
Huh. It suddenly got quiet in here. Did I confuse you? If so, I wish I could die from self-loathing.
Such a weird guy.
This again.
If that's the case, it would have been just dandy if they had gone ahead and killed me too. If that happened, the imitation would have been perfect. So why didn't they do that?
Well, it's against the rules to kill 3 people in the first place.
That rule is too harsh. I couldn't get killed because of that.
Wow. He's got some serious problems.
Seriously, just shut up already! Shut up forever!
But I'm thinking about it again, and
He's totally right. It feels incomplete.
Because they didn't kill 3 people like the movie did? That's only because of Monokuma's rule.
It's not just that. Come on, try to remember the content of the movie. About the lion that got killed second.
That's the one Hyoko's body was imitating, right?
Even though we're calling it an imitation, the lion was actually pinned by arrows, right?
Yeah, I didn't even think that was like the same. I thought it was the Tin Man that was Hyoko.
But Hyoko's body was suspended by common household duct tape.
Maybe they just used a common substitute because it was too difficult to imitate the arrows.
Well, that's probably it, but that attitude is what makes this feel incomplete.
I can't... I'm not even gonna get into it, like... Just because they couldn't follow the story exactly means they didn't follow the story at all. What's the big deal with that rule? What if you kill 3 people one way or another? You're probably gonna die. Well, the rule is that killing 2 people rule, or not killing 3 people rule, is just so you can't kill everyone on the island and be the last one. Because if you kill everyone on the island, you'll obviously win. But that's not allowed, because you're not allowed to win in that way. So yeah.
If falsifying the murder sequence was the killer's plan from the very beginning, they should have taken steps to properly imitate it.
But if we never realized it was a half-assed imitation, their entire plan would have been completely useless.
What are you trying to say? Are you saying the imitation wasn't planned?
Yeah, but exactly. Monokuma just doesn't want people to win by killing everyone on the island. So he made that rule. Because he likes the game and making everyone have despair. You can't have despair if you just kill everyone, because that means you win by default.
I'm saying, Hyoko's
Well, you can
murder
have despair,
wasn't.
but it's not the same.
What?
I think I missed something.
I understand that imitation wasn't enough, but aren't you making a bunch of assumptions?
It's not just the poor imitation. There are also other strange details.
Strange details? Like what?
Like, for example, why did Hyoko go to the music venue?
So, you're
I
saying
know
the truth
why.
behind Hyoko's...
I have no freaking clue what you're trying to say.
However, this is getting quite interesting.
I already know what. I already know why she went to the music venue. Dang it! Because Sonya told her to. Basically.
Why did Hyoko go to the music venue? There's no way we'd know that!
I know it.
Maybe the killer summoned her.
If that's not it, maybe she got abducted by the killer.
He doesn't know anything.
No, maybe.
You know!
She went of her own free will.
Sonya! You know! You know why! Don't
She
act
was
like you
guided
don't.
by the will of causality.
What? Ah, Sonya.
Why did Hyoko
Maybe she went on free will.
go to the
Why don't you
music
just...
venue? There's no way we'd know that!
Maybe the killer summoned her.
I don't even know which one of these clues is
If
supposed to
that's
be the
not it.
one.
Maybe she got abducted by the killer.
No, maybe. She went of her own free will.
Or she was guided by the will of causality.
But I have to actually agree with some of these people. I don't know who to agree with.
Why did Hyoko go to the music venue? There's no way we'd know that!
Maybe the killer summoned her.
If that's not it, Maybe she got abducted by the
She was
killer.
not abducted.
No, maybe. She went of her own free will.
Sure.
I agree with that.
Sonya. Sure.
It's just as Sonia said. She went to the music venue of her own free will.
But Sonya told her about it.
So, exactly as I assumed.
If no one called for her, then why did she go?
Because Sonya!
Yoko locked herself in her room because she was being overly cautious of the despair disease, you know? I don't think a person like that would leave their room just because someone called for them.
There's no way she got abducted?
Hiyoko locked the room she was staying in before she went out.
If she was forcibly taken from her room, there's no way she would have had time to lock it.
The killer could have locked her door, right? Just to hide the fact Hiyoko got abducted.
Then they couldn't have hidden her room key that deep in her kimono. They would have put it somewhere more obvious. Otherwise, there's no point in messing with the crime scene if nobody finds the key. At the time, you were the one who actually took out the key, right? Then something like that.
I won't lose.
What are you... What?
Are you
What
saying
do you have
my
against me?
gut was wrong? This could be my first and last highlight of the day. Why won't you just let me shine already?
Alright.
Oh, shut up! Enough with your fancy talk. I'll shut you up right now.
These people. They annoy me sometimes. You had nothing to do with this whole trial. I was not even against you. Until now.
Hiyoko was locked inside her room, right? She definitely got abducted or something. The killer forced their way into Hiyoko's room and forcibly abducted her. The girl is so small and weak looking, and that's why the killer targeted her.
Oh wait, I ran out of cuts.
I can't back down!
Oh. Oh, dang it. I always fail that the first time.
Hiyoko was locked inside her room, right? She definitely got abducted or something. The killer forced their way into Hiyoko's room and forcibly abducted her. The girl is so small and weak looking, and that's why the killer targeted her.
Dang it, dang it, dang it. Dang it, dang
Can't
it.
back down!
Dang it, dang it. Quick. Oh, what? How fast do you have to click?
Hiyoko was locked inside her room,
Dang it.
right?
Okay, fine. 1, 2, 3,
She
4.
definitely
Wait,
got
1, 2, 3,
abducted
4,
or something. The
5.
killer forced their way into Hiyoko's room.
Well, I'm losing all my cuts.
Abducted her. The girl is so small and weak looking, and that's why the killer targeted her. Hiyoko
Dang
was
it.
locked inside her room, right? She definitely got abducted or something. The killer forced their way into Hiyoko's room and forcibly abducted her. The girl is so small and weak looking, and that's why the killer targeted her.
There we go.
But Hiyoko's room was locked. The key was deep inside her kimono, remember? It's more likely that Hiyoko locked the door herself.
The killer was the one who locked the door. So what if the key was in her kimono? Maybe the killer just put it there later.
There's no reason for the killer to put the key in Hiyoko's kimono. The killer probably didn't realize she even had the key.
Hold on! Try remembering Hiyoko's body. Her kimono. There's only one reason her kimono would be that messed up. She fought the killer. That's the proof she was abducted,
Whoops, I
right?
should have,
My gut is totally right after all.
No, it's not. Dang it.
Hold on! Try remembering Hiyoko's body. Her kimono was all messed up. There's only one reason her kimono would be that messed up. She fought the killer.
There we go.
Allow me to cut through those words!
Shush, I'm so bad at that game. Don't judge me.
The reason Hiyoko's kimono was messed up was because she wasn't able to properly wear it.
I just
Wear
cut.
her kimono?
Yeah, it's also the reason why she decided to go out on her own.
Hyoko seemed to be really struggling with wearing her kimono.
Oh, finally you say it, Sonya.
I believe that was one of the reasons she locked herself in her room.
Maybe you could have said that earlier.
That is why I informed her. I told her that there was a full-length mirror at the music venue, and I suggested that she use it.
Then the reason her kimono was messed up wasn't because she fought the killer.
Yeah, She went to the venue on her own just to fix her messed up kimono.
I get it. I lost. Boil me, burn me, take off my clothes. Do whatever you want to me.
Alrighty.
Hajime, now's your chance. Make her admit defeat. Or better yet, make her do a little something something.
Hell no.
Then, the killer probably couldn't have assumed that Hiyoko would go to the music venue.
Though that may not apply to Sonia, since she provided Hiyoko with that information.
Though I knew she would go there, there is no way I could have predicted when she would arrive.
Don't go doubting Miss Sonia, you cretin. I'll put you and your hamsters 6 feet under.
They all say Sonia. I just say Sonia. What do you guys say? Is it Sonia or Sonia? There's not much of a difference if I hear it.
Kazuichi, it seems you have quite the fashion sense. Do you want me to incinerate your clothes? Perhaps I could do that while you're wearing them.
Them fighting words.
Gundam, please stop! For his sake!
Huh? What do you mean, for my sake?
Of course. I've already overlooked no less than 10 opportunities to kill you.
Even if the killer couldn't predict it, why did Hiyoko get killed in the music venue?
The only thing I can think of is, it was an unfortunate coincidence.
Coincidence?
Yes, those things can happen.
When she went to the venue by herself, she was probably just unlucky and walked in on the crime scene.
That is very unlucky. You just walk in and see someone like dying or like trying to kill someone and you're like, what's going on? And then you die yourself. Sonia. You say it like that? I say Sonia. Who says Sonia? That's weird.
She was killed so there wouldn't be any loose ends?
It probably happened when the killer was preparing to kill Ibuki. The killer most likely had already placed the hemp bag over her head. And without hesitation,
killed Hiyoko.
He's looking like a snack. The grey dude's the one that killed
that coincidence for
both
the
of them.
crime. It made this case
Why do
even
people
trickier.
like crazy people?
That's the reason they imitated the movie to falsify the murder sequence.
Which means that low-down scoundrel didn't plan on committing imitation murders at first.
Then what was the killer actually planning to do?
Just Ibuki.
They've been cunning this far.
I'm pretty sure.
There's no way they'd kill Ibuki without a plan. Do you have any ideas?
Damn, we don't know the most important part.
This little plan for the winning. I'm pretty sure we're very, very close.
Hey,
Okay.
Nagito, any ideas?
Hey, how long are you gonna stay quiet?
Oh, am I allowed to speak? I'm so happy I'm
It's
getting
not like you ask
goosebumps.
permission one
Everyone actually
other
needs
times.
help from scum like me.
You just say things whenever you want.
So what do you think?
I was thinking about it while I had my mouth shut. But now I'm finally able to come to a conclusion. Ibuki definitely didn't commit suicide.
Yes! Game. Ah!
Huh? What are you talking about?
I thought there might be a possibility that she faked her death and tampered with the crime scene. But now I remember. There was blood on Ibuki's slippers. So if she faked her death and walked around the music venue tampering with the crime scene, there'd be bloody footprints left in various places throughout the venue. So that's why I think there's no way she faked her death.
Great.
You know, we already finished talking about that a while ago.
Yes.
Huh? Really?
Yes.
That's annoying. I guess I should just awkwardly laugh about it then.
Okay.
Are you freaking kidding me? There's no limit to how useless you can be.
Well, you got that right. If Ibuki had blood on her feet, there'd be footprints all over the place if she kept walking around.
Strange. That's
This is strange? What's strange?
See, it's not something we finished talking about. Those footprints. There's still an important clue left. That was completely overlooked. If she had blood on her feet, she would have left footprints. Then why weren't there any footprints on the floor? Or the stepladder. There is blood on the stepladder. Right? Where was the stepladder? But it's only on the left side, it's not on the...
I can prove it with this! If Ibuki used the stepladder to hang herself, it's strange that there weren't any footprints on it.
Huh? There weren't?
Yeah, that stepladder was completely clean. No footprints or bloodstains at all.
Except... exactly there! We can see it.
You noticed such a small detail! How amazing! This is truly the talent of a chosen ultimate!
But didn't you say you saw that video of Ibuki climbing the stepladder? Then I think there's no doubt that she really did climb it. Unless there was something funny about that video.
I see. So there was some kind of trick arranged in that video,
Stop being a fanboy, yeah.
But that's something only Hajime would know, since he's the only one who saw that video.
But I don't know what trick would be in there. Mystery surrounding an incident is contained in that video. It's all up to
Hajime,
me.
I leave it in your hands.
No, thanks, Sonia.
As long as I leave this to you,
No, what?
I won't
Is everyone
tell you
leaving it
do
up to
your
me?
best.
Yeah, I'll definitely try.
Ah, all the pressure. There's something hidden in the video, should have seen something strange. I'm the only one who can clear that up. I'm the only one! I'm the only one! Okay, let's go. Looks pretty fine to me. Spot selection. I don't know, the blood on the left side?
Here!
Oh. Yes.
That's right, I remember now. There was definitely something strange about that video.
can you explain it to us?
What's strange is that stepladder I mentioned earlier. It's true that the steps of that stepladder weren't dirty, but on one side, there was a bloodstain, right on the left side of the stepladder. However, that contradicts the video I saw at the hospital. There weren't any bloodstains on the stepladder in the video.
Is
It was
there
completely clean.
a second stepladder? Dun dun dun.
That is truly strange.
But we're supposed to work as a team to figure out who is the killer.
If the video showed the moment of Ibuki's death, then Hiyoko should have already been dead by
But
now.
if everyone listened to me, it would be over pretty quickly. Although we could also be wrong, because right now I still think it's Sonya. We'll see.
Even so, the fact is the
Or
stepladder had
Kazuchi.
blood on it at the actual
Kazuchi,
crime
whatever.
scene.
Kuzoichi.
But the stepladder in the video was completely bloodless.
And there's no way the video was recorded in advance. If that's the case, the only thing I can think of is...
It's possible those two stepladders were completely different.
Wait, are you saying there were two step ladders?
No, I was joking about the two stepladders, but I guess there is actually two.
But where would you find another stepladder? There was only one stepladder in the music venue.
Then one of the stepladders was somewhere other than the music venue. What do you mean?
You're suggesting that the stepladder in the video isn't the only thing that's different. Am I right? That's amazing, Chiaki! All that gaming has given you incredible deduction skills. Is it okay to say that?
What are you two talking about?
Oh, don't tell me it's Mikan. The thing that... The place where the killer did something. Ah, what? What? That's a long word. Well, 2 words, but still. I don't know what that is. What's the question? What? What's the difference between the video I saw and the actual crime scene? I thought we solved that. It's the stepladder. What is this? I don't know. Excuse me. Oh, what is this? Oh, okay. What is different? No. No. Finger. Big. Oh. Fin. No. Phil. I still don't know what the word is. Phil. Oh, whoops. No. Film. This is what you came for. Film. Filmic. Film. Oh, whoops. Filmy. Low. No. Oh, dang it. There's so many O's. Dang it. N. Oh, film me. What? I still don't know what the word is, and I got all the letters. Phil Mini. What? Phil Minnow. Filmint. Ah, Phil. No. Filming. Ah, filming. Wait, what? Filming? I'm good at English, you know. Top of the class. Filming. Oh, what is the thing? Filming ladders? What? Oh, I'm so bad. No. Oh. That was a painful first one. Ah. Okay, let's get back to it. These ending things are like not that realistic, because why would they choose me as the black and just because I got one thing wrong?
This is my...
Yes, we're correct.
We will never give up!
That ladder was at a different place. Filming what? I got it, I think. Okay, let's get back to filming. Film.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119
Oh, now it's really easy. In... Where's G? Oh, there we go. Filming. I think I got it. Filming. Location. Yes, wait. Oh. Location. Where is the, I? Ah, dang it. Ah, dang it. Ah, dang it. There we go! Oh, that was so
I got it!
difficult. Okay.
That's right. Besides the stepladder, the filming location must have been different too.
But the ladder was... Unless you're saying that wasn't Ibuki in the video. I did it! I feel so proud.
What do you mean?
I mean, the video I saw was not filmed at the music venue. It was filmed somewhere else.
But the hospital monitor is supposed to display footage captured by the music venue camera, you know?
Then, there's a possibility that the killer also tampered with the surveillance camera unit.
Shows that they filmed at the music venue instead of somewhere else. Then this has to be Kazuchi, whatever. Because he's the only one that could tamper with the technology. Okay, this one's a bit more difficult. Not super difficult, but still. It's something. Question 1. What part of the surveillance camera unit did the killer tamper with? The camera? Yay. Oh, whoops. Nah. What? Wait, what? Why'd I fall off? What? Did I just not look? Dang it. Game. Did the killer tamper with the camera at the music venue or the hospital? I'd have to say music venue, right? You just said the name a little better. Yeah. Progress. That's what I'm about. Never doing something perfect, just doing it a little bit better. That's my style. What did the killer do with the camera from the music venue? It took it with them. Yeah, took it with them sounds logical. But they would have had to also increase the signal, right? Cool. You can just call him Soda. Why is that a weeb thing? Do weebs only call people from their last name?
It's all coming together! That's it. The killer just brought the camera from the music venue. With it, they made me think it was a live feed from the venue, when it was actually from somewhere else.
Then only the monitor was left in the music venue?
Yes, at least when I first discovered Ibuki's body. But when Hyoko's body appeared, the killer probably put the camera back too.
That means you should have realized that from the start and made this easier on all of us.
Yeah, Hajime, what do you do that
He
for?
did discover the body. I doubt his attention was focused on the camera.
Well, that's true, but in order to hide that the camera was missing, the killer did one more thing to the remaining monitor.
They destroyed it.
I see! The killer smashed the monitor to pieces, destroying it. As long as it was in pieces, you wouldn't be able to tell if the camera was actually there or not. My attention was so focused on the body that even I couldn't have noticed something like that.
And the moment Hajime left the music venue, the killer put back the camera they took.
And they destroyed it and left that in pieces as well.
Wow. Did they actually do that in the game? Like they actually put those pieces there and took them away when they were like when I first solved the crime? Because that's pretty cool if they did. Because then you could have kind of like found those kind of pieces of information by yourself. But I just didn't notice it. Because I was also distracted by the hanging body.
It's easy to say it was filmed somewhere else, but the surveillance camera's connection wasn't that strong.
Despite Kazuichi's desperate repair efforts, it seems it could not transmit from the hospital to the motel.
The fact that it was able to connect between the hospital and the music venue is amazing enough.
Oh, well. In the hospital itself, there's a place you can do this. That building. What's this one? Another Hangman's Gambit. It's a hospital staff room, was it? Or one of the rooms in there. Okay. No. What's it called? No. Whoops. What's the room called? Conference room? Was that it? Yes, conference room. That must be it. This is gonna be a while. Sit back and relax, people. We're on for a long ride. Conference. How do you spell conference? Conference. Conference. Okay. Room. I need that. Oh.
I got it!
Well, that one was easy, even though it was a long word. Maybe because I actually read what I was supposed to do.
It's possible that it was filmed at the hospital's conference room.
But then Mikan is the only one that could have done this. And I don't want Mikan to die.
Huh?
I don't.
Conference room?
But the hospital and the music venue look completely different.
That's exactly why the killer did something to make those two places resemble each other.
I don't want Mikan to be the killer. I like Mikan. Music venue curtain.
There's no way the conference room and the music venue look the same.
Which place resembled the other? Did the conference room look like the music venue? Or did the music venue look like the conference room?
That's a dumb question.
Or did they make some kind of set?
Yes, I think that's it.
Or they might have tampered with the camera.
I still can't believe it. Hajime, you're pretty stupid.
Refute! I refute that. Contradict.
There's no way the conference and the music venue.
Which place was it? Did the conference room look, or did the music venue?
Or did they make some kind of set?
Oh. What? I thought I had it. Maybe I am stupid, Akane. Okay? Maybe I am, but I don't have to say it.
Damn it!
There's no way the conference room and the music venue look the same.
Which place resembled the other? Did the conference room look like the music venue? Or did the music venue look like the conference room?
Okay.
That must be it!
Sure.
What the killer did was make the music venue, the crime scene, look like the conference room. They did that by using the black curtain hanging at the back of the stage.
From what I remember, there used to be a really flashy curtain. But after the incident, it somehow became a plain black curtain that didn't seem to be the right size.
That's right! It's so half-assed, just like Monami.
Oh yeah? Well, your face looks stupid!
Ooh, hit them with those comebacks, Monami. You got it. Oh, that's savage.
That curtain was hung so the music venue would look like the conference room?
In actuality, even though the curtain in the conference room doesn't stand out, it is a black light-blocking curtain that's long enough to reach the floor.
I see. The conference room. Indeed, the floor of that room is
Wooden.
the same color as the music venue stage.
You actual savage.
So the killer chose the conference room because they realized the floor matched.
Matching floors, matching curtains.
How convenient.
I guess it makes sense you'd mistake.
But that's not all. There should be something else the killer did to tamper with the evidence.
It's gonna be that. I don't know. What do you mean? Candle?
I can prove it with this!
Yes.
You're referring to the candle in the music venue, right? In the video I saw, a candle was used for lighting. But if you think about it, that's pretty strange. The music venue has good lighting, so there's no reason to even use candlelight.
But wouldn't they have done it to make it feel creepier?
That might have
Would
been
a killer
another
do that?
reason, but
Just to make it feel
the
creepier?
main reason was probably to tamper with evidence. The lighting in the conference room and the music venue are so different. They couldn't be used during filming. That's why the killer used a candle as film lighting instead.
Which means... Are you saying the candle in the music venue wasn't actually used?
That candle was likely placed there just to make me think it was the same candle that was used in the video.
With candlelight, you can't see things in that much detail. Maybe they were going for that effect. With that cheap-ass camera, it won't capture much in a dark area.
As long as this all matches up, it should be no problem to say this is decided. The video I saw wasn't filmed at the music venue. It was actually filmed at the hospital conference room.
Which can only be Mikan.
If I'd found proof that evidence in the conference
I don't
room was
want it to be
altered,
Mikan.
we would have reached an answer sooner.
Please don't be Mikan.
But it appears the killer already covered that up. So I didn't find anything when I went there.
But there's no mistake. That's the only place within the connection range of the surveillance camera.
The motel would have been too far, and the interior design of the movie theater is too distinctive.
But this must be a surprising turn of events for Hajime.
Why?
You never suspected that the video you saw
Okay.
in the hospital was being filmed in the conference room.
Sure.
The incident isn't happening at the scene of a crime, it's occurring in the conference room.
So surprised. I feel like I've heard Bayside Cops say that before, but
If Ibuki's hanging video was filmed at the hospital's conference room, then was Ibuki killed at the conference room too?
No, that's not possible. Right after Hajime saw that video, he discovered Ibuki's body at the music venue.
That video was filmed at the conference room, but Ibuki's body was at the music venue. There was a fake somewhere. The fake must have been... Wait, what fake? There was a fake somewhere. Fake of what? Ibuki in the conference room.
I see!
Yeah. I thought that was obvious.
The person wearing the hint bag in that video wasn't Ibuki. It was the killer pretending to be Ibuki. The killer put on a hospital gown, wore a hint bag on their head, and was only pretending to be the victim.
Which means that Ibuki was even killed, could have been killed a much longer time ago. And they just made it look like it's happening right then.
By that time, the real Ibuki must have already been killed.
Yeah.
The actual time of death must have been earlier. Probably around midnight or dawn to avoid witnesses.
If they took Ibuki from the music venue to the hospital to kill her, there's no way it happened during the day.
And no matter how quickly I ran, it was impossible to rescue Ibuki. Okay. And the one who set the trap for me was...
But why did the killer go to the trouble of making a fake video just so Hajime could go to the crime scene?
The reason the killer made a fake video. There's only one possibility I can think of. And if I examine that possibility thoroughly, then naturally the killer's identity will reveal itself.
Huh?
You fiend! Are you saying you already know who the killer is?
I'm not sure who the killer is right now. Although it seems like I always end up like that at the end of these trials. That's right, I should already know. I feel like it must be Mikan now, but I don't want it to be Mikan. Killer is... Oh, what I have to actually select? Mikan. I'm sorry.
You're the only one! Mikan, you're the killer, aren't you?
Why would you do it, Mikan? Why?
What are you talking about?
Like I said, aren't you the killer who murdered Ibuki and Hyoko?
Killer? Huh? I'm the killer? What is this?
Hey, don't you think that's kinda impossible? A chick like her as the killer? She couldn't even kill a fly. In fact, the fly would probably kill her first.
Unless she got caught with the disease.
She's right! A clumsy slowpoke like me killing someone?
Your waifu will die.
That's
No!
completely out of the question!
My waifu! How dare they do that to my Mikan?
But we're the only ones. Thanks to that video, we're the only ones who have the advantage of an alibi.
An alibi? Was that the killer's goal?
Now that you mention it, you guys brought that up earlier. Only Hajime and Mikan have an alibi.
It's just a coincidence!
But you're the only one who could have filmed that video in the hospital conference room. Is that also a coincidence? At that time, you said you were going to the on-call room, but you actually went to the conference room. That's when you put on a hospital gown that you prepared in advance. But by doing that, you made up a video that showed Ibuki trying to hang herself at the music venue. And showed that to me.
Is she gonna have a personality change like suddenly?
Furthermore,
Like
I
most
saw
people
that video
when
at
they
the
get found
hospital
out?
lobby. If someone wants to go to the conference room from outside,
Her
they have
voice
to
is just
pass
gonna
through
become
there.
like super deep and like, yeah, I killed him. What are you gonna do about it?
So it's impossible that someone who wasn't already in the hospital went to the conference room to film.
Not only that, the others in the hospital, Akane and I, were both delirious from the despair disease.
So that must mean...
Please, wait a second. What are you saying? I'm the killer? That's impossible. There's no way I could kill someone.
It's not literally impossible. Can't you give a better defense than that?
Just shows she can't even do that.
Hey, you sure this chick is really the killer?
Wrong! It's totally wrong! It's not what you think!
Just like Akane said, it is really hard to tie it all together. I mean, Mikan is the killer?
I agree. It is truly difficult to believe someone could be killed by such a slow-witted woman.
Wow.
That slow-witted remark
Don't
is
insult
not
my waifu.
necessary.
It's fine. I've been like this for a long time. In a tournament for social punching bags, I'd easily win first place with my soft reputation. Even I can't deny that. How many times do I have to tell you? It's impossible for me to kill someone. I'm serious. Very serious.
What do you say, Hajime?
Do you still believe this woman is the killer?
No, I won't believe it. Not my waifu.
Do you hate me that much, Hajime?
No, I could never.
Hey, Hajime!
Tricks aside, logic aside, is she really capable of doing something like that? Could it be I'm the one making the mistake?
Can you hold on a minute? Well, I know I'm being intrusive and all, and I missed all of the critical parts, and I doubt I have anything worth saying at an important time like
Yes.
what are you saying?
But still, there's definitely no way I can overlook the killer this time.
Okay.
I thought it was suspicious all along, from the very beginning. Investigating with the suspect in mind creates a different result than investigating with no leads.
Hey, what are you trying to say?
Well, thanks to that, I was able to discover a truth that nobody else knows.
Are you serious?
I've been so focused on everybody else this trial. But I guess now's a good time to say it, right?
Say it.
You better not have kept quiet on purpose. This isn't a game, you know.
Actually, this is a game.
Don't tell him that, Monokuma.
Please don't say such controversial statements. Well, what do you know, Nagito?
Well, it's nothing big, really. Only a small, decisive clue that points to the killer.
Dang, that's a huge deal!
A decisive clue? Does something like that really exist?
Let's take a look, shall we? Regarding the rope Ibuki was dangling from, this rope was supplied by the supermarket, right? There weren't any ropes inside the music venue.
Again with the supermarket? That place is a hotspot for criminal goods.
If they got it at the supermarket, that means it was brand new, right?
What's wrong with that?
I want you to take a close look at this rope. And keep in mind that it's brand new. Near the middle of the rope, it's frayed, as if it was rubbed strongly. But why is it like this? The loop Ibuki used to hang herself is on one end of the rope, and the part of the rope that hung from the baton lighting is on the other end.
Hey, you're taking too
Where
long.
is he going with this?
What's wrong with the rope being frayed?
It means, well, from what I can infer, I think the rope was used like this. The killer wrapped the rope around Ibuki's neck, pulled both ends at full strength, and strangled her.
Oh, okay.
The center of the rope is frayed because that's the part they used to strangle Ibuki.
Yeah, that makes sense. So she didn't hang herself at all. She was set up to look like she hanged herself completely.
Oh, Don. I've been listening to you for a while, and it sounds like you knew about this rope clue all along. What exactly did you say to me during the investigation?
Fuck. I like
Not
doing
everyone
puns.
cooperates at a class trial. Those who lie and conceal the truth will obviously be here too. Just like this case's killer. I was just copying them a little bit.
More importantly, what was all that about the rope? The killer strangled Ibuki. And then?
And then,
How is that a decisive clue?
Huh? You didn't notice it? I thought I made the decisive clue very clear.
I'm lost now. Is it Mikan? Or is Nagato defending Mikan? I'm very confused.
Ibuki didn't die from hanging. She was strangled to death.
That's basically the same thing.
Though hanging and strangling seem similar, they're very different. The scars they leave would look different too.
Scars? You mean the rope burn, right?
But we believed it was from a hanging. Why would that be?
Did we fall for someone's lie?
Yes.
The body at the crime scene was hanged, you know. Obviously, we'd assume it was a hanging.
The Monokuma file complicates this too. It never specified hanging or strangulation.
Whoever misunderstood is to blame!
I don't know what I'm supposed to do now. Ibuki's true cause of death is strangulation. That fact is a decisive proof that leads to the killer.
Ibuki didn't die from... She was strangled to death.
Okay,
That's basically the same thing.
Though hanging and strangling seems, the scars they leave would look different too.
okay.
Scars? You mean the rope burn, right?
But we believed it was from a hanging. Why would that be?
Did we fall for someone's lie?
The body at the crime scene was hanged, you know.
I think I know.
Obviously, we'd assume it was a hanging.
But I don't know what clue to use.
The Monokuma file complicates this too. It never specified hanging or strangulation.
Whoever misunderstood is to blame!
No, I think it is Mikan who gave false information when she talked about her autopsy of the body. But I don't know how that fits into a
Ibuki
clue
didn't
here.
die from hanging. She was strangled to death.
That's basically the same thing.
Though hanging and strangling seem similar, they're
I'm not
very
hanged.
different.
It
The
should.
scars they leave would look different too. Scars?
But we believed it. Why would that be?
Did we fall for someone's lie?
Yes.
That must be it!
Yeah, it's hard to believe Mikan could pull this off. I wonder how that's gonna all sort out.
So that's what happened.
But I
We've
think
been falling
hanging
for the killer's lie this whole time.
works in this situation because it's like the act of hanging yourself. It's not like hanging up something. Or hung is past tense. I don't know. I'm not an English person. Well, I am, but you know what I mean. So that's what happened. We've been falling for this the whole time. Mikan lied.
You said Ibuki hanged herself, but that was a complete lie, wasn't it, Mikan?
That is... well...
You told us the wrong cause of death. You lied, didn't you?
Were those nights we shared together just lies as well? How could you,
Should've been able
Mikan?
to tell the difference between hanging and strangling just by looking. You, Mikan, the ultimate nurse.
Please wait! First of all, I'm not a coroner, so I don't have the medical knowledge to identify injuries like
right. And you have been a great help to us so far.
But even a drunk medical student can notice the difference between a hanging and strangulation.
I'm not taking her side or anything, but being clumsy and unskilled in this area could lead to a mistake.
He's totally right. I'm such a clumsy mess, and I got so careless.
Mikan nursed me till I got better. There's no way I'm gonna doubt her.
Don't you think her devotion to nursing is what helped her draw Ibuki to her death?
Huh?
And if not, her symptoms were still very serious and caused her to believe what anybody told her. It wouldn't surprise me if she willingly followed Mikan because she was nursing her.
So Mikan volunteered to nurse us? Cause she was planning to do this all along?
Dun, dun, dun.
That's a little... Aren't you like the thief who suspects everyone else of being thieves?
I'm not a criminal. Mikan is. I mean, she's a killer, you know.
You've got it all wrong. Please forgive me.
I'm sorry, but there's no way I can forgive you. I just can't forgive this crime at all.
Forgiveness or not, we still have not decided if Mikan is the killer.
I don't know, it looks pretty obvious now. There's quite a lot of evidence. She's like the only one that could have done all of the setup.
I see. You guys are kind. Well, if that's the choice everyone makes, then the only thing I can do is back off, I guess. But is that really okay? Is that everyone's hope?
You're friggin' annoying! If you keep talking, I'm seriously gonna beat you up!
But I'm really not the killer. There's no way I'm capable of killing someone.
Is that really true?
Stop it already!
I can't stop! I don't want to do this either! Of course I don't want to do this! But I need to do this!
You doubt your friends?
That's not it! I suspect them because I want to believe them!
What the hell does that mean?
I don't think belief and doubt are necessarily opposites.
Huh?
I do doubt her, but I still want to believe her. Belief lies at the heart of that conflict. 'Cause if there's no room for doubt, then there's no reason to believe, is there?
Don't say deep stuff. I don't really get it.
If you want to believe in someone, you need to overcome doubt first.
Oh, Is she just a really good actor? I guess so, I don't know. Oh, but I'm so sad. No waifu. Well, daifu.
Belief without doubt is simply a lie.
Fine. Do whatever you want.
Huh? Is that all you can say?
Oh, here comes the personality change.
Ah, so in the end, you're all just a bunch of bullies, huh?
Well, at least her voice didn't change. Better actor than Celeste.
Justifying your actions with fancy words. Making excuses for why it's not really your fault. Everyone always treats me like that. Always. It's all her fault. She's the one with the problem. I'm done with that. You hear me?
No.
I'm done.
Maybe she's not my waifu anymore. I don't want to deal with that.
Hey, Mikan!
It's not fair. It's not fair. 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 Why won't you forgive me? If you did something wrong, you'd forgive yourself right away. What did I do? Why won't anybody forgive me?
Is acting like this your strategy now? Well, this is annoying. Plus, to be honest, I've run out of ideas. How can we get you to admit it?
I don't know, I think
That's the
pretty
issue.
much. She's pretty much admitted it now by going crazy.
If we don't have any clues, why don't we have her give us some?
Why are people acting like this is normal? Oh yeah, she's just freaking out. This means that she is not the killer.
I'm the same as Hajime. I don't want to doubt any of my friends. But still, the truth is one of us murdered 2 of our friends. That's why we gotta stick with this until the very end, so we can finally break these chains of despair. Hey Mikan, can I ask you one last thing? If you're not the killer, then who fabricated that video Hajime watched?
Like I said, it obviously wasn't me!
Can you prove it?
Wait! Do you have any proof that I'm the one who fabricated that video? Ah! That's right! Show me your proof!
Everyone's so weird.
Because you're just assuming the video was filmed at the conference room. Treating me like a killer based on an assumption. Just because I was at the hospital. That's totally crazy. I didn't do anything wrong. Why does everybody always hate me? Please, just forgive me already.
Is this broad really okay? She's emotionally unstable.
I'm not the killer. The video. I never filmed that video.
I have my doubts. I don't know. You seem pretty convincing, but I have my doubts.
It seems she finally started arguing for us. But the only one who can find the hole in her argument is you, Hajime. So,
Alright, cool. Is
Why
this
do
the
you
Koi
get to
Master
decide
thing?
I'm the killer? Where's your proof? Please, forgive me already!
Well, when you say you forgive you, that means you did something bad that needs to be forgiven, which means you did something bad. I need to make up my mind. I'm the one who has to do something. Okay. What am I doing? Alright.
I'm not the killer!
We can't think of anybody else other than you who could have filmed that video.
Huh? Do you have any proof? Is the hemp bag on her head the proof? Is the hospital gown she was wearing suspicious? Or could it be the hospital slippers she had on?
I kind of like her way of talking,
Ibuki
like,
and Mikan clearly have
in
different
that
body
way.
types.
Her voice sounds cool,
Is that
but it's
really your proof?
but she's just crazy.
You could tell her body type under the hospital gown? Just from that video? Just from that camera angle? Just from that dim candlelight?
There's no way you'd be able to make out her body type!
So please forgive me already!
Hajime, pay close attention and listen well.
I
You're
guess
the
she does
only one
always say
who can
that.
point
But
out the killer's mistake.
it just kills me when she cries like that.
I'm not the killer!
We can't think of anybody else other than you
Isn't it AC stand for
who
sure?
could have filmed that video.
Huh? Do you have any proof? Is the hemp bag on her head the proof? Is the hospital gown she was wearing suspicious? Or could it be the hospital slippers she had on?
Maybe it is, yeah.
Ibuki and Mikan clearly have different body types.
Is that really your proof? You could tell her body type under the hospital gown? Just from that video?
Oh, don't use a truth
Just
bullet.
from that camera angle? Just from that dim candlelight?
They don't make it obvious
There's no
when you
way
have to.
you'd be able to make out her body type!
So please forgive me already!
Hajime, pay close attention and listen well. You're the only one who can point out the killer's mistake.
Don't flinch, don't hesitate, don't run away. I'm the only one who saw the video.
I'm not the killer!
We can't think of anybody else other than you who could have filmed that video.
Huh? Do you have any... Is the hemp bag on her head the proof?
Could be.
Is the hospital gown she was wearing suspicious? Or could it be the hospital slippers she had on?
No.
Ibuki and Mikan clearly have different body types.
Is that really your proof? You could tell her body type under the hospital gown? Just from that video? Just from that camera angle? Just from that dim candlelight? There's no way you'd be able to make out her body type, so please forgive me!
Oh, I don't know.
Pay close attention and listen well.
I don't know,
You're
guys.
the only one who can point out the killer's mistake.
I'm not the killer!
We can't think of anybody else who could have filmed that video.
Huh? Do you have any proof? Is the hemp bag on her head the proof? Is the hospital gown she was wearing suspicious? Or could it be the hospital slippers she had on?
Ibuki and Mikan clearly.
Is that really your... You could tell her body type under the hospital gown? Just from that video? Just from that camera angle? Just from that dim candlelight? There's no way you'd be able to make out, so please forgive me already!
I think the
Hajime,
slippers were
You're
different.
the only one who can point out the killer's mistake.
I'm not the killer!
We can't think of anybody else who could have filmed that.
Huh? Do you have... Is the hemp bag on... Is the hospital gown... Or could it be the hospital slippers she had on?
Ibuki and Mikan clearly.
Is that really... You could tell her body type under the hospital gown?
Damn it!
I'm not the killer!
We can't think of anybody who could have filmed that.
Huh? Is the hemp bag on her head the proof? Is the hospital gown... Or could it be the hospital slippers she...
Ibuki and Mikan.
Is that really your... You could tell her body type under the hospital gown?
That must be the one that I have to hit, right?
Damn it!
No, what could
I'm not the killer!
We can't think of anybody else
What
other
was
than you.
Mikan's account? Oh, it's the shoes. Yes, I think that's it.
Who could have filmed that video?
Huh? Do you have any proof? Is the hemp bag on her head? Is the hospital gown she... Or could it be the hospital slippers she had?
Oh, wait, no, that's disagreeing with her.
Damn it!
Right. But it must...
I'm not the killer!
I don't know, I thought it
We
was
can't
like...
think of anybody else other than who could have filmed that
Because
video.
the hemp bag might have been different, because the one that Ibuki had on had
Do you
the
have any proof?
Monami thing on.
Is the
Oh, I
hemp
don't know.
bag on her head the proof?
Don't judge me.
Is the hospital gown she was... Or could it be the hospital slippers?
Ibuki and Mikan clearly.
Is that really... You could tell her body type under the hospital gown?
Damn it!
Uh,
I'm not the killer!
We can't think of anybody who could have filmed that.
Huh? Is the hemp bag on... Is the hospital gown... Or could it be the hospital...
Ibuki and Mikan.
Is that really... You could tell her body just from that camera and just from that dim candlelight? There's no way you'd be able to make... So please
what is it, guys?
forgive me already!
What is it?
Hajime,
This is
pay
almost a
close
3-hour
attention and
stream
listen
now.
Well.
Dang it.
You're the only one who can point out the killer's mistake.
I should have made a break at the half point. Use what Chiaki says? I don't think that's a thing. But it must be this. It must be the blood on the soles of the feet, because that because Ibuki wouldn't have had that blood on the feet, so Mikan would have to switch to slippers with Ibuki. But I don't know how to do this. I do have the...
We can't think of anybody else other than...
But surveillance camera unit video. Unit, okay. Not the video.
Who could have filmed that video?
Huh? Do you have any proof? Is the hemp bag on her head the proof?
Damn it!
I'm not the killer!
We can't think of anybody who could have filmed that.
Huh? Is the hemp bag on... Is the hospital gown she was... Or could it be the hospital slippers she had on?
Ibuki and Mikan clearly.
Is that really your... You could tell her body type under...
Oh, wait, I think I know now.
Just from that... There's no way you'd be... So please...
Oh, time's up. Dang it. Just when I think I figured it out. Okay.
We will never give up!
Okay, I think I take the thing about her slippers and then use that on the mistake. Or I gotta use just the blood on the cells. Let's try that one first.
We can't think of anybody who could have filmed that.
Huh? Is the
maybe not.
handbag on her head? Is the hospital gown she was wearing? Or could it be the hospital slippers she had on?
Ibuki and Mikan clearly.
Is that really? You could tell her body type just from that dip. There's no way you'd be able to. So please, Hajime, pay close attention, and you're the only.
Only one who can point out the killer's mistake.
Oh, dang it. Dang it. Just, dang it. Do it again.
We can't think of anybody who could have filmed.
Huh? Do you have? Is the handbag on her head? Is the hospital gown? Or could it be the hospital slippers she had on?
Ibuki and Mikan.
Is that really? You could tell her body just from that dip. There's no way you'd be. So please, Hajime, pay.
You're the only one who can point out the killer's mistake.
Oh, what? Is it not that?
We can't think of anybody
Killer's
who could have
mistake?
filmed.
Right.
Is the handbag on? Is the hospital gown? Or could it be the hospital?
Ibuki and Mikan.
Is that really? You could tell her body
Okay, I think I know what you mean.
just from that dip. There's no way you'd be. So please, Hajime, pay. You're the only.
Only one who can point out the killer's mistake.
We can't think of anybody who could have filmed that.
Huh? Is the handbag on? Is the hospital gown? Or could it be the hospital slippers she had on?
No. But don't shoot it, he's on something else. What do you mean? Oh yeah, right. But I used it on that.
Damn it! We can't think of anybody who could have filmed that.
Huh? Is the handbag on? Is the hospital gown? Or could it be the hospital?
Ibuki and Mikan.
Is that really? You could tell her body type just from that dim. There's no way you'd be. So please, Hajime, pay. You're the only one who can point out the killer's mistake.
We can't think of anybody who could have filmed that.
Huh? Is the handbag on her head the proof? Is the hospital gown she was wearing suspicious?
I don't know. I don't know anymore. Someone help. Please. Or I might have to Google.
Damn it!
I don't want to take this too long. Because we're already on a pretty long stream.
We can't think of anybody who could have filmed that.
Huh? Is the handbag on her? Is the hospital gown she was wearing? Or could it be the hospital?
Ibuki and Mikan clearly.
Is that really? You could tell her body just from that dip. There's no way you'd be. So please, Hajime, pay.
You're the only one who can point out the killer's mistake.
Right now. Camera angle of candle.
Damn it! We can't think of anybody who could have filmed that.
Huh? Is the handbag on? Is the hospital gown? Or could it be the hospital?
Ibuki and Mikan.
Is that really? You could tell her body just from that
Is the
dip.
camera
There's no way you'd be. So please, Hajime, pay. You're the only.
Only one who can point out the killer's mistake.
It must be the camera angle. But like, they never explain it anywhere
We
else
can't
in the
think of
game.
anybody who could have filmed
And you have to try and figure out
Is the
the clue.
handbag on? Is the hospital gown? Or could it be the hospital?
Ibuki and Mikan.
Is that really? You could tell her body just from
That camera angle.
Wow!
I'll shoot through that contradiction.
Okay. Oh,
Mikan,
they
you've committed a
they don't-
major mistake.
they don't mention the camera angle any other time in the whole investigation. And then you have to just suddenly think, oh yeah, the camera angle's different. Wow, game. Good job.
mistake.
As I said before many times, I'm the only one who saw that video.
What's wrong with that?
But I never said anything about the camera angle.
Wait, what? Oh, okay. Okay.
So how can you say anything about the camera angle as if you saw that video yourself?
The only reason Mikan knew the camera angle Hajime had seen is because you're the person who actually filmed that video. Is that right?
This is your just reward. The more desperately you argue, the deeper you dig yourself into a hole. You lied, didn't you?
Are you serious? Is it true, Mikan? Did you kill Hiyoko and Ibuki?
Forgive me! Huh? 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 Huh?
Oh, we broke her.
Huh? 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 I was wrong. Wrong. No, that's not it at all.
That's not it?
I mean, it's impossible.
What?
You know that hemp bag Ibuki was wearing when she died? Try remembering the tote bag instead. Ding! I totally remember now.
What?
What the heck's wrong with her? She's getting weirder by the minute.
That tote bag. Isn't it the same one that girl was wearing in the video?
How do you know so much about that video?
Who cares about that?
I think that's a pretty big clue.
More importantly, did you know that bag is a limited item that was sold at the movie theater? Hajime saw it too, didn't you? You remember the Usami decal on it, right? Whoopsie! Don't worry about it. I remember even if you don't. Ta-da! There's no mistake that that tote bag is a limited item.
It's only limited for everyone, except for the person who gets it first.
So don't you think it's impossible? Using one tote bag in both the it's blatantly obvious that
No, it's
that's
not.
why that
No, it's not.
So you'll forgive me!
No, I won't.
Taking your stubbornness this far.
Then you're gonna forgive me? I won't stop until you forgive me!
Dang it. Okay. Let's go. Oh wait, what is it? A new thing? Starting from this, our reload. You will no longer be able to make do with just his left mouse button. When you're out of bullets, you just try tab. Right, okay. Right, okay, yep, go through this there.
Please, check.
Will you forgive me?
No. I don't care about you anymore, waifu. Or ex-waifu. Oh, be mad.
You still haven't forgiven me? I'll do anything you want. Please, draw on me. Do
Draw on you?
understand?
What?
Why only me? Please, draw on me.
What does that mean? Draw on you.
Can you forgive me already?
I'll never be able to.
Forgive me! Forgive me!
I'll never be able to give her the gag ball.
Draw on me.
That's
Do
my
you
truth.
understand? Can you forgive me already? I'll do anything you want. Can you forgive
what?
me
Oh.
already? I'll do anything you want. You're done for!
Oh,
Forgive me! Forgive me! Why only me?
oh, this is pretty hard. Oh,
You still haven't forgiven me? I'll do anything you want. Please, draw on me. Do you understand? Why only me? Please, draw on me. There's only one bag. It's impossible to use it in two places at the same time.
bonus try.
This is the end!
Yeah.
Monokuma mentioned this earlier.
Yeah, when you buy a bag, you
Whoever
get
bought
free.
that bag should... Which means it's not impossible to use that bag in two separate places. So please, just stop making desperate excuses.
Why? Why can't you forgive me? Why?
It seems her desperate struggle is finally coming to an
Finally.
end.
Finally. Oh, these trials take like 2 hours by themselves. 2.5.
Why does everybody always hate me?
Nikon, it's already over. After I go over your crime from the beginning and show that you have no arguments left, please just admit it already. In the end, at least let me believe in you.
Okay, here we go, people. The closing arguments. What I saw on the monitor. Oh wait, no, it doesn't have to. What did the killer do after the broadcast? Okay. The body was hidden before. Put back to normal. Okay. I want to see like the animation of Mikan doing all this, because why would she do this? It's so weird, considering she was such a little innocent person. How was the real locked door? The body was hidden before.
Here's everything
It all
that
makes sense
happened in
in the
this case.
end. Okay.
The key to this incident is the surveillance
Like
camera
the end of
footage
this
that only
trial
I
or
saw.
the end of the game?
That's why I'm going to start with that to unravel the knots of this crime. When I went to the hospital with Mikan this morning, I noticed a specific thing in the lobby. The incoming signal light on the surveillance monitor was blinking ahead of the scheduled time. When I switched on the monitor, what appeared on screen was a person wearing a hospital gown and a bag on their head about to hang themselves right at that moment. That surveillance camera unit was designed for two-way communication with the hospital and the music venue. That's why I thought the signal originated from the music venue, so I immediately headed over there. But that was the killer's trap. In truth, that video was recorded in a different place. The killer brought the music venue camera the night before and made their preparations in advance. And then, they filmed that video in the hospital conference room. By doing so, they tried to make me think the incident was happening in real time, when in fact, the crime had already been committed by that point. The person in the footage wearing the bag was actually the killer acting as a fake. I didn't know that, so I went to the music venue and found the hanged body.
Okay,
wearing the
I
bag
usually
on
talk
its
over this, don't I? Not feeling like it today. This was a long stream. And I still
Seeing
don't
the body
completely
before
understand
me,
it, so
I panicked and rushed out of there to get the rest of you guys.
it's better if they explain it than me.
But that was also part of the killer's trap. After cleaning the conference room, the killer was likely watching the music venue from outside. And, as if they were switching places with me, they went inside the music venue and began working on their last trick. First, the killer peeled off the wallpaper covering one of the stage pillars, revealing Hyoko's body. When I first arrived and saw the hanged body, I didn't notice anything strange about that pillar. I didn't expect it to be slightly larger from the wallpaper, or have Hyoko's body hidden. Next, the killer destroyed the surveillance camera that was used in the conference room. After destroying it, they mixed it with what was left of the surveillance monitor found. The surveillance camera the killer used was originally brought from the music venue, but when they brought it, they made sure to destroy its monitor beforehand. They wanted to hide the fact that the camera wasn't at the crime scene.
But I thought, oh yeah, they never did say her murder weapon. Since they switched Hyoko in for someone else to die. What do you mean? You mean someone was going to die, but they chose Hyoko instead? But also, wasn't in Hiko's account, didn't he say that he met up with Mikan after, like before they went out? Didn't they say, Hiko said that he was, he met with Mikan at the hospital after I left the hospital. So she wouldn't have been able to run over to the theater. I don't know. I'll just go with it.
In the end, the killer transformed the crime scene into a closed room. They broke one of the drumsticks from the storage room and placed it near the music venue's entrance. However, they did this to mislead us into believing that the music venue was locked from the inside. In actuality, the reason the music venue became a closed room was because of the glue. The killer sealed the door with glue and intentionally created a closed room that could be forced open. With that, the killer finished tampering with the crime scene and met up with Fuyuhiko and me.
But I thought they met up at the hospital. Maybe they didn't. Okay.
They helped us force open the music venue door, despite the fact that they personally sealed it.
No, they met up at the hospital, then they split up to look for Ibuki, which I guess in that time Mikan could have... Okay, that makes sense, I guess.
And they made us discover not just Ibuki's body, but Hyoko's suddenly present body as well. At the time, they pretended to be surprised, but inside, they were probably relieved that their plan worked out. Isn't that right, Mikan? This crime was orchestrated by you, wasn't it?
Complete.
Whoa! Now she's laughing?
Gotta go. It's very bright, I'm sure it will be. Thanks, well I'm not gonna do chapter 4 today. I'm just trying to finish up this trial. But see you later, and hopefully you can tune in tomorrow. Rip my waifu. Hopefully you can tune in tomorrow, even if you have school and stuff, but we shall see. Or if you're not, you can always watch it on YouTube, even though it's not as fun.
It's been such a long time. This feeling, I know it well. Like the floor is collapsing, like the sky is falling down upon you.
What?
This feeling of despair!
Oh, she likes the feeling of what's up with people and liking the feeling of despair? What is wrong with these people?
Mikan, what has happened to you?
Whoa there! Before that, a moment of your time.
What? What? What just happened there? Yeah, okay, get it. Yep, go. B. Okay. Okay.
It seems your arguments have reached a conclusion, so let's proceed to our regularly scheduled voting time. Now then, please pull the lever in front of you and cast your vote. Who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? Let's go! Well now.
Back to me reading. Though it may be obvious at this point.
Correct!
You got it right once again! It's like 3 in a row! That's right, the true identity of the horrifying blackened who killed 2 girls was Mikan Tsumiki.
Damn it.
You gotta be me. Are you saying Mikan, the one who nursed us back to health, was the one who killed them?
I won't forgive
Don't
you.
joke around with me, Mikan. Did you lie to all of us? Were you planning to kill them from the start while you were nursing them?
Hey!
Don't just laugh. Say something. This is going nowhere.
What's going on?
This chick.
Hey!
This is nothing like Pekko. She actually gone mental.
Well, that's obvious.
There's nothing we can do. She's no longer the same person. She's no longer the Mikan. Tusuk, whatever, we knew. Huh?
Hey,
Based on my predictions, she must have might have caught it too. She probably had the despair disease, which was the motive for this case.
What?
Mikan too, you say? I know, because I was looking at Mikan for so long. She was the one taking care of me, after all. My consciousness kept drifting, but even so, when I did catch a glimpse of her, her expression was full of despair, a despair so devoid of hope that not even a single fragment of it remained. Hold on, did you say Mikan also had the despair disease? Then, that means she was...
What?
Hajime, has something crossed your mind? That's right, Mikan felt really hot at the time. Now that I think about it, that must have been a high fever, just like what Ibuki and Akane had.
It cannot be!
Then because of the disease, Mikan was...
Perhaps...
That's what I was thinking, maybe she got tricked by the disease, but she's still weird now, so I don't know.
See?
That's the reason why I can still laugh at such an hopeless situation. Like, she shouldn't have the disease right now. So, I don't... Because Monokuma said he cured it for everyone.
Jeez.
Which means Mikan stand before us is no longer the ultimate nurse. She's a completely different person now that she's been infected with the despair disease.
Isn't that right?
He's a human who deserves to be called the ultimate... I don't know about the ultimate despair. We save that title for Monokuma. Ultimate despair. That's the reason why I cannot forgive this. I mean, killing someone. She's just mental now.
Possible.
Oh?
For the sake of despair. That's completely wrong.
Huh?
What's wrong?
What I did was for the sake of my beloved.
What?
Huh? Huh?
Only they... If only they were still alive, they'd be so happy. What?
My beloved was the only one. That's right. The only one who...
Oh, great. First I find out she's a killer. Second, I found out she's taken. Can't win today. Can't win.
never hated me. They forgave my existence. They forgave me and accepted me. They gave me value. They loved me. I loved them with all my heart, and they returned it in full. This is my reciprocation.
I understand that I've done something unforgivable, but you know, to transcend all that is truly
It's love.
what love is all about. I don't know.
Hey.
You don't understand? Is it because you don't have anyone to love? Shot through the heart. Is it because you're also someone who isn't accepted by anyone? It feels like she's speaking to me. Directly. I feel sorry for you.
Well...
Even if I say this, I'm sure nobody here would understand, but love is a wonderful thing. Cool. Love. Love's great.
How...
Could it be?
This is...
She's infected by love. Remember. Apparently that's what my symptom was. What a wonderful symptom, which means I had the remembering disease.
But
if that means she remembers something,
such
are you saying
despair.
you were like this from the start? The reason I became like this wasn't my fault. It was all your fault, you know? Because it's not like I'm entirely responsible for turning out like this. I'm the person I am today because of many human relationships. It's everybody's fault that I turned out like this, you see? Even so, the current me was most strongly influenced by my beloved's existence. And it was also my beloved who created me, the me that everyone can't forgive. But my beloved still forgives me and he still accepts me. Okay.
Don't fuck with me!
This is the real Mikan? Please answer me. Do you really remember? You ended up like this all because you remembered? There's no way I can believe that. You still doubt me? Then to prove I remember, I can tell you something nice. It's about the World Ender organization that you all were worrying about.
You serious?
You know? Not know, I just remembered, that's all. I knew about it all along. How that horrifying organization knows it as World Ender. I think Monokuma's gonna cut her off before she says anything actually important. It's also the organization known as the Future Foundation. That's right, that symbol on the ancient ruined door. That's right. It was the Japanese word for future. Hey, just what the Future Foundation... What are they planning? As the name suggests, that organization is the World Ender. Future organization is trying to end our world. To put it simply, they're trying to claim the world for themselves.
This is bad.
As a part of the plan for the future, they brought us to this island. Isn't that right, Mon Ami? I knew it. They're both members of the crazy organization, aren't they?
I am Monokuma!
Yeah, Monokuma. Go.
Hey,
Don't poo-hoo-hoo me, Mikan! Don't laugh. Hey Mikan, if you really don't remember, then you already know, right? You know the true identity of the traitor among us.
Oh?
No one really cares about that, don't you think?
of course not.
You'll find out eventually, so there's no need for me to be impatient. Probably when that countdown ends. Countdown? You even know about that?
Oh?
I don't know anything. I have a feeling that's what it is, but who cares about that, you know? I'm drowning in so much love from the bottom of my heart. I just don't care about anything, anyone or anything.
That is...
I won't believe it. There's no way I can believe you were like this all along. Because if that's true, then who's the person who's been spending time with us until now? The past. Past? The person she didn't exist in the beginning. She's just my past self who lost her school memories. You guys considered that thing a friend.
Oh?
That doesn't make me happy at all. It just fills me with despair. You guys accepted my past self, but not my present self. Well, that applies to you all as well. Memories of people, memories of events, whatever memories it is. Losing memories are
Do you understand?
like losing your personal identity. Well, that's true. But what is she going on about?
Hey. Hey! Damn it!
You wouldn't be something like that.
Oh?
Okay, Monokuma. Is it alright for you to start now?
Yes, indeed!
Punishment time? Damn it, why? Mika, why does it have to end like this? My waifu! This is pointless, too much.
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment!
So it's really... Now I can go to my beloved, who always forgives me.
I wonder who that is.
I can finally see them. Please forgive me, the one who's going to die with the hope of finally seeing you.
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
Alright. Well, that's the end of that. That was quite the trial. All of these, I do have to say, this second game has been more interesting in the trials than the first game. It's definitely been harder to tell who it was until the very end. But it also kind of feels cheaty because they just like, right at the end they're like, oh, it's actually this person. I don't know. But so far, it's been pretty good. What kind of death is this? Gotta get that panty shot. It's finished. Is it really finished? She never really gave a proper answer to why she killed, like just, for my beloved. Because she is affected by the despair disease.
Let me ask.
Who was that Mikan from earlier? Was that her true form, or is that itself a symptom of the despair disease?
Damn it.
Mikan was never worth being a symbol of hope.
But
Even if her words were influenced by the despair disease. If the disease turned her into that, if she lost herself to a simple disease, she was definitely unworthy of the symbol.
isn't that right?
Come on, let's just take it. Okay.
Please wait!
The house of cards collapsing in an instant. In the end, our friend we thought we knew ended up showing us a completely different side of her. Then she vanished from our sight, leaving behind only her malice towards us.
Damn it!
It would have been so much easier if she was a traitor too.
Wrong.
Too bad, that's not the case. Mikan was not the traitor.
Come on.
The traitor is still alive as proof. See how fine Mon Ami looks right now. I'm not fine at all.
Hmm?
But if the traitor died, you wouldn't be this calm, right?
You fiend.
Phew.
Okay.
Hey! Hey! Hey!
I've prepared a special event. An old friend. Is it gonna be Nekomaru?
Huh? Hey!
He's gonna be like dead, but he's gonna be like there.
So just as I thought.
Hmm.
However...
Fine.
Yeah, we're gonna go see Nekomaru. We're all sad about the 3 deaths. I get it. I get it. Okay. Oh, are we actually going to do it right now? Oh, I thought there'd be a break.
Uh-oh.
Man, they just ran off without listening to what I had to say.
Unbelievable.
Jeez, they're so impatient. Didn't they learn to stick around until others have finished talking? What does that mean?
Hey!
So you're plotting something again, aren't you?
No way!
I'm not plotting anything. I was just trying to properly explain to them everything, including Nekomaru's body. It's not their fault for not sticking around until I finished talking. So if something's happened because of that, I bear no responsibility.
What's this?
I just saved him, that's all. I mean, if I didn't do that, there's no way I could have saved someone who was so close to death. Did he like put him into a robot or something? That's what I can imagine. Oh, we're actually gonna see it now. I wanna save.
Oh,
Okay, let's see what's happening with Nekomaru. Where in the world's Nekomaru?
hey!
Listen!
Hey, hey! Damn it!
What happened? Were y'all looking for me?
Could it be?
With high hopes in our hearts, we turned towards the direction of the voice, and then we saw something truly unbelievable.
Huh?
Yo! I've kept you waiting. Hey, what's going on? Perhaps you don't remember my face since we haven't seen each other in a while. That's pretty sad, you know? That's too much!
Who are you?
Huh? You too? What's going on? If you're messing with me, I'll stop doing it to you.
Nekomaru? Haven't you noticed it yourself?
What do you mean, noticed? Oh, you mean this body? This is nothing!
Oh, okay.
Name's Nekomaru Nidai! I've been reborn in the rivers of hell!
Well, he could, like, never die. I would be okay with that, right? As long as I was actually keeping my true personality and soul. Well, anyway. Robo Nekomaru, that's a thing. Why does this thing do that thing every time a trial ends? What does that even mean? Okay, 9 days left. Finally! Over. We'll see what happens in Chapter 4. Quite a lot of people died today. Yes, to be continued in my next stream. Thanks for sticking around, Tiger. I know this one was quite a long time. I didn't want to go for this long either. This is longer than usual. But anyway, thanks for sticking around. I shall save. And I will see you next time on CD Cruise Live, where we were hoping things would progress smoothly, but it didn't. Okay, bye. Wait, why is my mouse not... Oh, I can't escape the game. I can't end the stream. Wait. Wait, oh no. Wait. I can't end the stream. Uh oh. Whoops. 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 Okay. Wait, I'll take the game. There we go. Okay, there we go. Bye.